My name is Blake Panderescott, Lukey Francis alongside me. We've got Brad Sprinkles Freak on the 40-wing stat sheet. Scott Montgomery down on the boundary as well. Now, Monty, has there been a change for the Yarrawonga lineup?
Yeah, and the Yarrawonga side, boys. Tyler Lovell's come out and Tanner Nyholm has come in. So, late change there for the Pigeons.
So, Tanner Nyholm we saw warming up at three-quarter time. Looks like Tanner Nyholm has replaced him. Monty, down to the boundary.
And also for our people that are viewing on the live stream, there is number 8 running around, but it is not Mickey Gibbons. It is young Ben Kennedy. He's wearing number 8.
Son of major sponsor Adam Kennedy from Kennedy Builders, I believe, Monty, as well.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he made his debut last week, so it's great to see him blooding some of these young kids that are coming through their junior system.
19 disposals, 1 goal. Not bad on debut, Freaky.
Yeah, not bad at all. It was a very good game, and congratulations to Zoom to getting into the side. So, yeah, looking forward to this one, Lukey.
A bit better debut than your boundary umpiring debut, Freaky. Now tell us about that.
Yeah, I can't remember what club it was at, and had to do get the thirds up to do the reserves boundary umpire. Put my hand up to do it, and did a quarter of the ground. And you know what? Look, didn't throw the ball in once.
Yeah, didn't get a touch.
Really?
I was a bit dirty. Never do it again.
So you made your debut, but you sort of didn't make your debut, Freaky.
No. I didn't want to do that. They couldn't. Who wants to run around doing the boundary and not throw it in? That's why you do it, don't you, Panda?
Exactly.
You want to throw the ball in at least once.
You want 10 or 15 throw-ins over the course of a quarter,
I was nearly going to be kicked the ball. I was nearly going to go tackle someone and kick the ball out of bounds just to get a go to have a throw it in.
All I can think of was that the skills were just sublime.
And you know what? Panda saw me throw the ball in a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
And you know how good it could be, and I was ready and raring to go.
We, as well, on our O&M Optus TV live streaming, are going to bring you the coverage from the Anzac Day service that is going to happen on the ground right on 2 o'clock. So we're about 60 seconds away from crossing down to Monty with that one, who's going to try and bring us the audio as best as he can on our wireless microphone. So Monty's going to try and bring you all the action. From that one, we're going to have an ode read and we're going to hear a bugle as well. So we might just cross down to Monty now, who's going to bring us the action down below for the Anzac Day ceremony.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Lest we forget. All standing for the national anthem. Thank you. It appears we have a technical glitch there. Sorry about that. I wish everybody all the best today, and may the better side win. Thank you.
Great stuff down there. Scott Montgomery on our wireless microphone, bringing you all the wonderful coverage from our Anzac ceremony. They do it very well these days across all the games, and you're going to see that roll out on Anzac Day, and they do it wonderful in Melbourne as well. And we're not too far away as the teams disappear to their private huddles as well, Lukey. Yarrawonga taking on Wangaratta.
Yeah, can't wait for Panda. Gee, the last post, it is just something else, isn't it? It's on another level. Spine tingling, it goes straight through you. So we've got the Magpies, warming up to the southern end, and the Pigeons to the northern end. Scotty, what's it like down there on ground level, mate, for Waters?
Perfection is what I'd call it, actually, Lukey. The ground's in fantastic nick, as we've spoken about. Not a breath of wind. Beautiful conditions. It's going to be very warm. I reckon there'll be a few cramps today. We've seen that already in the first couple of rounds of O&M. But I do dare say there'll be a few because it is quite warm just standing here in the sun. But it is great. There are a couple of flags floating around that there's not moving at all. So, yeah, I dare say it doesn't matter which way you're kicking, it's going to be pretty even.
Pin's looking good, mate. I reckon you could cancel the spray tan this week.
Thanks, mate. You reckon I'm probably number one in the call team with the pins?
Absolutely.
Thanks, mate.
Coming from a bloke wearing jeans.
3 votes. Scott Montgomery.
Look at pandas. They're like twigs and they're very white.
They're genuine chicken toothpick legs, my legs. I tell you what you did do, Monty. You did very well down there in the sun as well, kneeling down with the speaker.
I was just trying to stay out of the way of photos and the camera, mate. So Ross McQueenie goes to me as he's trying to get the national anthem on. This is very embarrassing. I should have checked this before we started. I'm like, oh, no.
No, that's okay.
Good start. It worked well. And as Luke, you said, the last post when you're down on ground level, just the spine tingles a little bit and the hair stand up on the back of your neck. So I'm sure these players would have loved it and they'll be raring to go.
So there's no breeze really to speak of out there, Mont. There's a bit of a tiny swirl, but nothing favouring any ends.
Nothing at all, mate. There's literally not a breath of wind.
Alrighty. Freaky, on the 40-wing stat sheet, who are we looking at today, my friend?
Yeah, for the Yarrawonga side of things, they pretty much picked themselves. You've got Nick Fothergill, who came off the 6-goal game last week, was outstanding. Mark Wiley, Lee Masters, obviously in for his first game for the season, and the 2 Wheeler brothers. If we have a look at the Wangaratta side of things, we've got Jackson Clark, Cam Barrett, Matt Grossman, Callum Moore, and Daniel Sharrock as well. So a really good bunch there from either side to go from there to Panda.
Who are you expecting to light up the stat sheet, Freaky?
Well, it's hard to go past Lee Masters, He always seems to be able to find plenty of the footy in that back half as well. I'm looking to see how Jackson Clark goes today as well and see if he can light it up a little bit. Obviously, having seen the first couple of games, he's probably been a little bit quieter than what he was last year, but he was outstanding last year. He set himself such a high standard to get to. It's going to be hard to even get up there, but if he can get up to his standards of last year, it's going to go a long way for Wangaratta potentially getting the points today.
Alrighty, Monty, tip from you, please, down the boundary for Waters.
Oh, I'm going to stick with Yarra. I reckon I tipped them during the week, and I reckon they'll be just a little bit too good and have too much firepower up front.
What about you, Freaky?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Yarrawonga as well, but I think it'll be a tight clash.
Lukey Francis?
Panda, Pigeons by a smidgen.
Pigeons by a smidgen. Now,
He's been working on that one.
What we like to do is be just like on our O&M Live listeners and watching the live stream as well. When we come to Yarrawonga, we love the box. We are situated right above the away boxes, right above the away benches. So if you happen to hear a little bit of frustration or whatever that is, we do apologise in advance, Monty.
Always adds to the broadcast, doesn't it, we must say.
The headphones are also playing up with Monty's kit as well, so if he speaks back to us...
Sorry, boys, he's talking to me then. Yeah, the headset's
okay.
playing up, boys.
That's
Sorry.
Okay. We'll get Manoj onto that one. We're not too far away from the bounce of the ball. Grand final rematch. Yarrawonga taking on Wangaratta. A sunbathed JC Low Oval. First quarter action for A-grade oils and batteries on 2AY and 3E. And here's Lukey Francis for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
Yeah, we're about to go. Knowles and Howe in the ruck. And Howe did best, grabbed it with 2 hands and got it on the boot and sent it up towards the arc of the 50 for the Pigeons. Williams comes out, Bordenjon is with him. Williams just hacks it off the ground. Nick Fothergill in pursuit. So too is Smith for the Maggies, just fumbles. And the ball has gone across the line early. So we're at the northern end of the Lake Mulwala end. Gee, there's some action down there today.
You can hear the speedboats through the effects mark, can't you, Lukey?
We can't pan it. Ball back into play. Whistle. Scotty for Waters.
Yeah, I think it's just a hold off the ball there, so it'll be a free kick, and I think it will go to, is that McVeigh?
Chris Knowles.
Knowlesy. So in the ruck it must have been. I thought it was off the ball, but yeah, he's picked one in the ruck.
So we've gone about a minute, and as usual here at Yarrawonga, there's the scoreboard behind just a little bit with our time clock, so we'll do our best to get this one right here in the opening quarter, all thanks to A-grade batteries and oils. As the Magpies try and move this one down the far wing. Pigeons pursuit. Murray Waite picks it up. He's tackled straight away by Ryan Bruce, and he's been pinged holding the ball. So a free kick here to Ryan Bruce and the Yarrawonga Pigeons on the far side of the JC Low Oval. We've gone about a minute and a half here in this first quarter for A-grade oils and batteries. Ryan Bruce's kick was smothered. Newton goes in there for the Pies, and it trickles over the boundary line. So good pressure early here in this one, Monty.
Yeah, Murray Waite there on the mark, just manned it perfectly, and as he stepped off, the umpire called play on, was able to close him down just that little bit and get the smother off the boot. So saves him probably 70 metres of territory to make up.
Boundary throw-in, right of centre wing, Burley Road side. Sharrock got it off to Luke Saunders. He put it on the left boot and send it down forward for the Maggies. Urquhart, he couldn't get his hands to it because McVeigh came in, hacked it off the ground, and it's gone out of bounds on the full.
Boys, just a quick one. Jared Hatton's wearing number 9 out there, so he's changed his jumper from 43 to number 9.
Good on you, Scotty. Scott Montgomery for Waters on the boundary for us for O&M Live, who does a wonderful job each and every week. Urquhart, short, didn't come off. It's been intercepted. Umpire said play on. What was the story there? Was that touch, Scotty?
I think he's called, touched on the way through off Wiley is what I'm guessing there, boys.
Okay. And we're going to have another ball up here. So let's see what happens. How Callum Moore got it on the second bite. Went to put it on the right boot, snaps it around. And the Maggie swoop. They draw first blood. A ripper from Cal Moore. It was a gem. And it's 6 points to zip here at JC Low Oval. The Maggies lead as we go back down to Scotty for Waters.
We just see there how valuable is Cal Moore, especially around those those clearances inside 50. He does a lot of ruck work down there, but when he's at ground level, he's very dangerous as well. And as you can see there with that snap, absolutely beautiful.
100% efficiency for Wangaratta going forward at the moment. One inside 50 for 1 goal. So looking to keep that up for the day. Obviously, it's going to be very hard to do to go at 100% that way. But yeah, good start for the Magpies.
So we've gone around 2 and a bit, almost 3 minutes here on the Macca's time clock. First quarter for A-grade oils and batteries, and that is a statement if I've seen one from Cal Moore. Out of the ruck, beautiful snap over his shoulder. They've had to get a new footy. He's kicked that from 35 metres, and it's gone out of the ground. And they've had to get a new footy. Oh, whoops, the umpire doesn't want that one.
It's not up to his standards, Peter, that footy.
It's not at all. Freaky wouldn't be able to toss this one back in.
Another one.
Alrighty, so finally they sorted out. We have a new footy, and that's the start that the Wangaratta Magpies will definitely have wanted here in this first quarter for A-grade oils and batteries. Beautiful blue skies and a beautiful tap down to Willie Wheeler. Clearance goes forward here for the Pigeons. Spills to Lee Williams. Snap around the corner, and it's a mark. It's a mark down there. It's been taken by Pendergast. 15 metres out directly in front. Yeah,
how good was that there? What the pick up from Lee Williams. We see he's playing a bit more up the ground. He had Pendergast playing the one out of the square and was just too strong there for Van Berlo playing in front.
So the instant reply, we saw that so often in the grand final, down to Willie Wheeler, especially in the last quarter. Clearance personified, and a good answer there for the Pigeons and the young Pendergast. He kicks a steel line goal that A contender. Yarrawonga 1 straight 6. Wangaratta 1 straight 6. Brad Freak for 40 winks.
Yeah, Ned Pendergast said full of confidence after last week's game. Obviously played the dominant ruck role with Lockie Howe out of the side last week. Had the 20 disposals and the 38 hitouts and gets on the board nice and early in this game. Full of confidence, the young fella coming into the game. So played quite a good game a week before against Albury as well. So good to see some of the young fellas for Yarrawonga getting amongst the action early.
So we reckon the Macca's time clock has probably gone around about 4 minutes, Panda?
Probably a bit 4 and a bit now, I would say.
Yep. Howe and Knowles back in the ruck. Willie Wheeler got hands to it. Wiley couldn't grab it. Clark, he snaffled it for the Maggies. Now, ball in dispute. McVeigh tried to get one off to Sharrock, who was brought down by Willie Wheeler. Players go in. Here's Reed with the chance. Oh, hit Wiley hard. Yeah, it was a beauty. And then Grossman with a long kick inside 50 for the Maggies. Newton, was he held? No. Umpire said play on. Ball spills out to Masters. Gets it on the left boot. And he gets it down to Grossman, who knew he came in and took the mark. Now Iron Spawn on to Coburn.
Coburn, left foot kick, long down the line, kicks it to half forward. Pendergast is first there for the Pigeons. He's able to balk and kick a nice one inboard. Look at that for a kick. Lands on the chest of Cam Wilson. 45 metres out, slight angle. What a kick from Ned Pendergast.
Yeah, how good was that? That ball movement there was fantastic. Just the effort from Lee Williams, again, high up the ground. Didn't allow Grossman to take the easy intercept mark, and then they moved the footy down there. And the kick from Pendergast to show how much of a great talent this kid is.
You're not going to see a better kick all day, I reckon, than that one, Freaky.
Oh, it was simply outstanding, that one. They didn't have the break stride going in the forward line then.
Watch out for Jared Hutton.
Yeah, he copped the knee in the back, boys, so we'll see what happens here.
So Cam Wilson, here's a goal-kicking midfielder. Not on this occasion. Across the face and through for a minor score. The first blemish of the day, Yarrawonga 1-1-7. They lead the Magpies 1-6. And that is, of course, on the Paulie's Corner Cafe opening quarter scoreboard.
Grossman handles off to Barrett. So they're on the arc of the defensive 50, the Maggies. That's a high ball. Look at that one. Right up, comes down now. Newton has marked it. So true centre wing on the Burley Road side and angles back to the middle. This is Clark and does a muck around, drives it long to Ben Reid, one-on-one with Masters. Gee, that's great to watch. Reid, rolling ball along the ground, bouncing, and it's gone through for one behind. Scores are all locked up at JC Low Oval. 7 apiece on the Steel A-grade, Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard, I should say, Panda, as Casey has it for the Pigeons.
And the speedboats fire up here on Lake Mulwala as well. The EC Griffith Cup. Loud and clear on our effects, Mike. Casey's kick out of defence, not great. Juice Newton, reckon that's his first 40 winks disposal and his first kick of the year. Wasn't his intended target, Ellis. Gets it on to Sharrock, left foot kick, not. And that's Lee Masters' first intercept mark in Pigeons colours for season 2023. Finds Fothergill. He's at left, in the left back pocket, off 6 goals last week against North Albury. Here's the star of the competition. He goes short, awful kick. I'm not sure whether he got confused with jerseys.
I reckon he did.
Yeah, turns it over to Saunders. His kick finds more. 30 metres out on a tightish angle. Pendergast's kick was beautiful. You won't see a worse kick from Pigeons there in Fothergill.
Well, definitely not from Nick Fothergill, his normal beautiful user, but he had young Ironspawn having a bit of a lead, and he stopped his lead, and Saunders sort of kept going for the lead, and he hit Saunders, so I don't know if he got a bit confused and thought it was Ironspawn, but yeah, good use going inside 50, and Cal Moore have another shot here from about 35 out.
So Cal Moore for goal number 2, early stages in this opening term. He likes it. Cal Moore's got a couple. The Magpies, they kick their second, 2 straight 12. Yarrawonga 1-1-7. That's on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard.
2 touches for 2 goals for Cal Moore on the 40 wing stat sheet. Wangaratta's gone inside 56 times to start the game. Yarrawonga's had 4. Obviously had the shot at the other end with Cam Wilson from that beautiful passage of play that Ned Pendergast had, but weren't able to capitalise. Where the Magpies going forward have just been a little bit more clinical. The couple of marks inside their forward 50 as well. They've been able to use the ball really well going forward so far.
Yeah, what a start we've got at JC Low Oval. So Stevie J's Pigeons up against Ben Reid's Maggies, 12-7. Wang up at the moment on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard, back in the middle, and Howe again wins it and swings around and sends it forward. Coming out now with Pendergast, gets on the right boot. He started this game well. Bourdignon, Williams came out, hit him heavily. It was fair, though. Back to Bruce for the Pigeons. Short ball going inside, bouncing. No one really wanted it on that occasion. And then a right foot by Hempel, wild, and it's gone out of bounds. And we will have a boundary throw-in to the northern end on the broadcast side, Blake Escott.
We will. So we've gone about 9 minutes on the Macca's time clock. First quarter action for A-grade oils and batteries here on O&M Live across 2AY and 3NE. Hope you're having a great Saturday afternoon. Cam Wilson, was he grabbed off the ball? Deep inside attack for the Pigeons. Umpire said no. And we're going to have another restart. Still in a dangerous posse for the Pigeons, about 30 metres out from their goal. And if you're familiar with the JC Low Oval, they're kicking to the Holiday Caravan Park end of the ground. You've got the water slide in the background. It is a beautiful setting. Here's Nyholm, the late inclusion, has to retreat back to Forge, picks it up. His kick was partially smothered off a step. Going in here was Ellis. He was met hard straight away. And we're going to have another ball up inside forward 50. 12-7, the Magpies lead here on and live. We have played 10 minutes of the Macca's time clock.
A lot of numbers at this stoppage. Knowles and Howe clash. Ball came to ground. Fothergill got it out to Hamport. He puts it on the boot and sends it back in. Whistle, Scotty, for Waters.
Yeah, just grabbed hold of Pendergast there as he was trying to take the mark, and he took the mark anyway, so just a little bit too strong there. A bit of a mismatch with Saunders on him there, I feel, height and strength-wise, but just see the way Yarra moving the footy at the moment. They're switched on, and Lockie Howe in the middle. I feel like he's just going to try and take the footy out of the ruck every time he can.
Yeah, so Ned Pendergast has started this game very well. He's shooting for an early double. What can he do? He'll put it straight through, and that's 2 for Ned. Yarrawonga get one back. They lead by a point, 13-12 on Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard as we go to Freaky on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, just to touch on Monty's point, the Yarrawonga are really dominating in around the centre clearances. 3-1 to start this game. Lockie Howe's been influential in every single one of them, either getting the ball out of the ruck himself or palming it off to one of his other midfielders to get the ball going forward. And they get some 6 inside 50s as well to start the game, Yarrawonga.
So Michael Newton, you might hear in our effects, Mike, is right below us, who has come off for a rest. So a 1-point lead here to the Pigeons as the Magpies try to clear the footy out of the middle. Barrett's kick was partially smothered. Bruce goes in there. Barrett goes again, this time on the left foot, kicks it in towards Reid and Masters, who are wrestling, and the umpire says play on. Good umpiring. Going in hard there was O'Keefe. Reid's in there as well. Flicks a hand pass out. O'Dwyer for the Pigeons. Over the top dangerously to Hollandine. His snap is rolling. And it's across the face through for a minor score. The Wangaratta Magpies 2-1-13. Yarrawonga 2-1-13. That's on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. We played 12 minutes in this opening term. Brad Freak for 40 winks.
Yeah, Cam Barrett started the game beautifully well for Wangaratta. He's up to 5 disposals already on the 40-wing stack sheet. Jackson Clark's had the 3 as well.
Sharrick on to Reid, and then Melksham couldn't quite reel it in. Waits under a stack of pressure. Harry Wheeler had him wrapped up, and we're going to have a ball up on the arc of the 50 at the southern end. Let's see what will evolve from this contest. Whistle, it's a blocking free kick. So Ben Reid's going to get it. He's about 60 out, low ball going in. He wanted more. Fraunfeld, it did well to cut it off. Then a right foot from O'Keefe. Gee. So close. One behind. It's hit the post, Scotty, for Waters.
Yeah, it would have been a magnificent goal from out there in that pocket. Not a lot of angle to work with, but oh so close. But yeah, free kick to Reid there. He's going to do a lot of the ruck work forward. By the looks of it, more probably just get out and set up and be that dangerous forward.
That was brave there from Fraunfelder to go across in that hole well and cut off that lead from Cal Moore. Good kick out of defence from Masters. Finds Lee Williams. Long way from home. He goes short inside to O'Dwyer. He's still on his own defensive 50. Far side of the JC Low Oval. Beautiful kick out wide. Coburn dropped what he should have marked. Bourdillon applies pressure. And we got a boundary throw in right next to the scoreboard, which reads Wangaratta 2-3-15, Yarrawonga 2-1-13. A good start, fast-flowing footy here on O&M Live. We have played 13 minutes in this opening quarter, and here's Lukey Francis.
Burley Road side, big throw in. Howe again gets his hands on the ball, straight on the boot to about centre-half forward. Now rolling back, Wait, still at ground level. The players get tied up, and the umpire says, I'll sort it out for you, boys. JC Low Oval. Pigeons up against the Maggies. Round 3, Ovens and Murray action. And the call team. Brought to you by the Old Town and Country Tavern. Scott Montgomery, Brad Freak, Blake Escott and Luke Francis. Moore inside 50 for the Pigeons, and Masters do battle. Now Casey picks it up at ground level. Faked, went inside. Fraunfelder dropped it, but had a bit of time to get back on that left foot, and he delivers to Coburn.
Coburn still inside D50. Left foot kick out towards the broadcast wing. It's been marked here by Fothergill working hard. He's got a lead at half forward. It's a beautiful kick. Mark Wiley led into a pocket of space, and he'll line up 45 out in a slight angle.
Yeah, how good was that ball movement there? Just that kick coming out of the fence, both by Fromfelder to start off, and then got it to Fothergill, who worked his way back inside, and just the gut running there from Mark Wiley. Murray Waite could not keep up with him. He come from the far side defensive 50 and was able to work across through the centre of the ground and was just working way too hard.
Monty, quickly, Frauenfelder's ball use off half-back early.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. He sets them up and gets it out to these wings with their runners, and he definitely sets them up very well from back there.
He loves a goal, does Mark Wiley. He'll kick from 47 metres, starts his approach, hangs it out to the right, and it's across the face and through for a minor score. Never looked like it. Yarrawonga 2-2-14. The Pies 2-3-15. Opening quarter for A-grade oils and batteries.
Barrett from fullback comes out for the Pigeons. They now move it out towards Newton. On the half-back flank, Bruce. And then on to Hempel for the Pigeons. So they're going in again, and the ball's very wide, and Willie Wheeler takes a mark. But again, he's hard up against the boundary line. Now starts to centre the ball, going back. Oh, gee, just put to ground by Kennedy, picked up by Williams, and he snavelled a goal. So Yarrawonga, they get their third, 20, place 15 on Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. And the Macca's time clock. Panda, what do you reckon, mate?
16 minutes.
As we go back down to Scotty for Waters.
Yeah, I'm loving this role Lee Williams is playing today. Up a little bit high, not stuck to the goal square, and he's able to get back and use his forward craft there and just read the ball beautifully off hands and was able to crumb that goal perfectly.
We'll go around the grounds quickly in the other game in the ovens in Murray at the moment. Wangaratta Rovers lead by 4 points over Lavington, 12-8.
All righty, in here at the JC Low Oval, 20 plays 15, a 5-point lead here to the Pigeons, who have kicked the last 2 goals through Pendergast and Lee Williams, reigning Doug String medalist. It's goal number 10 in season 2023. Ryan Bruce goes in, tries to get a handball out. Yarrawonga wanted a free kick there, I think, for maybe a dangerous tackle.
Ball up, boys.
But a ball up, right call, still right in the middle of the JC Low Oval. 5 goals early in this one as Cam Barrett exits. Beautiful kick to Melksham. He hand passes to the running man. It's Tyler Norton. Not a great kick to half forward. Intercepting here is Harry Wheeler for Yarrawonga. He's got Ben Kennedy running in space to him. Marks on centre wing. In fact, it's Einspawn. Einspawn goes in the Williams direction. Getting back in the hole and taking a wonderful mark is Van Berlo for the Magpies at half back. 20 plays 15. It's a Pigeons 5-point lead, and here's Lukey Francis for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
Good football from Van Berlo, Scotty.
Yeah, just reads the ball so well in flight and was able to chop off that lead.
Scott Montgomery brought to you by Waters as Pendergast. She's been prominent to Forge and then over to Harry Wheeler. Now Coburn. Look at the quick hands from the Pigeons. Oh, beautiful play from Hempel. The kick wasn't all so good though. Out wide for Kennedy, beats him. Van Berlo grabs it across the line. At the Northern End broadcast side as we go back to Freaky on the 40-week stats.
Yeah, Yarrawonga up to 10 inside 50s in this first quarter. Wangaratta had the 9 so far. Yeah, so Yarrawonga able to get repeat inside 50s in the last 5 to 10 minutes.
So we've played 18 minutes on the Macca's time clock in this opening term. 5-point lead to Yarrawonga as Coburn snaps it out of the pack. Long, high kick. Williams flew high, couldn't mark. Hempel's in there. Applies a good tackle on Saunders. Not sure he got a hand pass to that. Smith's kick hit Ben Kennedy in the head, and he's been wrapped up. And we're going to have a ball up, 20 metres around. Tied up against the boundary, favouring the Pigeons. Pendergast with a couple of goals early, and Cal Moore as well. Toss back up. Williams doing the ruck work inside forward 50 and has trickled over the boundary line. We'll have it toss back into play. Brad Freak, who's lighting up that 40-wing stat sheet early.
Yeah, Cam Barrett up to 7 disposals off the half-back line for Wangaratta, so he started the game really well. And for Yarrawonga, Nick Fothergill's up to 4 disposals early for them as well.
And Ben Kennedy running around with 1 boot at the moment, boys. It'll be interesting to see if he can get a kick with only the 1 boot on.
Warm day in Yarra. Sun beaming down. Tied up here. Umpire's going to call for it again.
Aaron Hall kicked a goal for North Melbourne without a shoe on
from
not
about
long ago.
45, 50 too. It was a big bomb from him.
Knowles out of the ruck. And then I thought, in the back here to Luke Saunders. He's going to take it for the Maggies. So they're deep in defence. He goes with a short one to Norton. And Norton's away in the green boots. And he sends it to the half-back flank. Ellis putting on some fancy footwork. Handballs back to Norton, who's run on. So that's nice from the Magpies. They go down beyond centre wing. Frauenfelder in a one-on-one. Gee, that's a great mark. It was Clark down there, and they have it just right of centre wing, Burley Road side.
So he goes inboard to Barrett. His numbers early, please, Brad Freak.
Coming up for his 8th disposal of the quarter.
So he started prominent, wants to switch the footy. It's in the hand of Dan Saunders now. Just in his own defensive half, inside the centre square. Comes out wide to Van Berlo, so they've switched the footy effectively. Hollandine has it. It's way too far out to score. Right in front of the clubhouse here in Yarrawonga. They're going to go back the other way, the side where they just came from, maybe.
They're so well set up here, Yarrawonga, defensively. Very hard to kick through. You're going to have to go long eventually and try to get through it.
Saunders goes short, finds Sharrock and marks in front of Coburn. Still too far out to score. And Sharrock Looks like he's going to send this one in the direction of Clark, who's pushed forward. Hempel got a fist in there. Spills the way of Masters. Masters finds Fothergill exiting defence. And he's marked on the far side of the JC Low Oval. 20 plays 15, a 5-point lead to the Pigeons.
Freaky, 40 wings.
I was just going to say Masters was open, but it looks like they've just given away a 50-metre
Yeah,
penalty.
he moved on the
there.
mark, boys, before the umpire called play on.
Okay, so Nick with the ball. Nick Fothergill on the one
Good size,
Guernsey.
52 just quietly, boys.
Yeah.
It's gone about 80.
So the man on the mark is probably about, was he 45, Scotty? 40,
Yeah,
47?
probably 48,
Yeah.
Not far inside that 50, but yeah, that was nearly on the halfback flank when he paid it, so you wouldn't mind buying land off him.
So what will Nick do with this one? Wang trail by 5 points. Now he loads up Nick. He's given it everything he's got. It's to the Burley Road side. It's gone through for one behind. So 21 plays 15 on the Paulies Corner Cafe scoreboard. We've gone about 21 minutes in the opening term at JC Low Oval. Here is Blake Escott.
So the Pigeons with the kick in, the Magpies. Forge just overran the football. Didn't look great. Going in there was young O'Keefe. Wins it back here for the Magpies. Murray Waite just spilled it. Ben Reid over this football, finds a nice hand pass. Here we go. Clark's kick was smothered there by the boot of Fronfelder, I think. Effective smother. Great pressure early. Waite finds a bit of space, shovels it right back to Barrett. His kick is a dangerous one right into the middle of the ground. 50-50 ball between Pendergast and Moore. Pendergast gets the hand pass out. Wilson was crunched as he kicked it inside. And there's Lee Williams, who marks 30 metres out directly in front.
How good was Ned Pendergast in the middle there, boys? Under the pump, was able to find Cam Wilson and get it in the hands of a good ball user who just put it up in a one-on-one, and just too strong, big Leroy. He's looking very ominous early.
Just have to, Monty, just keep an eye on, I think it's Nick Fothergill on the other side of the ground. Looks like he might have copped a knock, and he was on the ground for a little bit of time. He's just in talking to one of the trainers. He looks okay at the moment. He's just standing on the 50, but might just have to keep an eye on him.
So Lee Williams has got one so far, lining up for number 2. And he's missed. Wow, you don't see that too often from the set shot from Lee Williams. Across the face of goal, through for a minor. Yarrawonga 3-4-22, Wangaratta 2-3-15. We have played 23 minutes in this opening quarter.
Barrett long out of defence, trying to find Newton. Balls has found its way across the chalk as we go to Freaky. Freaky, who's leading the way on the 40-week stat sheet?
Yeah, Cam Barrett up to the 10 disposals in this first quarter for the Wangaratta Magpies. He's been influential across the half-back line.
Umpire. Pitchforks are back into play. Howe, nice touch to Wilson, straight on the boot. Rough old kick, Pendergast. Norton couldn't grab it. Luke Saunders goes in. Then Cam Wilson again. It's ended up in the hands of Ellis. He just gets it on the boot, sends it in the McVeigh direction. O'Dwyer. And now Masters has to try and find it on the ground. Waite just got rid of him. Now he's in trouble. He's on the bottom. Thornford jumps on him, and the umpire is happy to call for it. 22 plays 15 on the Paulies Corner Cafe scoreboard. Yarrawonga up. We've played about 25 in the opening term.
First quarter action for A-grade oils and batteries. Barrett again. I'm not sure he disposed of that correctly. Yarrawonga certainly wanted holding the footy. We're going to have another ball up 60 metres out from the Magpies goal. O's inside 50 numbers, Freaky, for 40 wings.
12 to Yarrawonga, 10 to Wangaratta, so fairly even in this first term.
Howe up against Moore. Moore then applies a great tackle on the ground there on Wheeler, and we still have a ball up. Haven't moved very far, 55 metres out from Wangaratta's goal. They trail by 7 points. Cal Moore with the only 2 goals in for the black and white as Wheeler emerges. Kicks to centre wing. Jesse Smith first there for the Magpies. Beautiful kick down the line, finds Ellis. Ellis wants to come inboard. Oh, not a great kick. Pendergast first there for the Pigeons. Knowles goes in. Hempel and Ellis as well. And we're going to have a stalemate, a ball up right down in front of Monty. Boundary side for Waters.
Yeah, just that ball use there from Fraser. It's not good enough. They need to be a lot better than that.
Yeah, Pendergast has had to win some hard balls for the Pigeons. And now ball back at ground level. Barrett goes in for the Maggies. Clark, Cam Wilson and Wiley over him. In the back, says the umpire. And Jackson Clark will get it left of centre wing, plays on to Grossman. Grossman on the boot, goes up inside 50, an entry here. And then O'Dwyer cleans up to Fraunfelder, trying to take on McVeigh, beat him. Urquhart versus Newton. Newton couldn't quite reel it in. Masters, it's on down here, and then Smith on the boot looking for Reed. Perfect. Oh, that was great footy, Scotty, for the Waters.
Yeah, how good was that? Just their defensive pressure to keep it inside their forward half and then the kick to Reed on the lead. You don't mind seeing that.
Yeah, nice to watch. So Ben Reed's going to have a shot on the sticks to the southern end. At the moment, his Magpies trail by 7. This would put them back within a point. Gone about 26, we reckon, opening term. In comes Ben, 40 out. Oh, yeah. No mistake from Ben. That is a major. And Freaky, who's shining now on the 40-wing stat sheet, mate?
Yeah, Cam Barrett up to the 11 disposals in this first quarter for the Wangaratta Magpies. Jackson Clark's also had the 5 in this first term for the Yarrawonga side of things. Nick Fothergill's up to 7 and 4 disposals each for Lee Masters and Harry Wheeler. Inside 50s are exactly the same, and it shows that again on the scoreboard. 12 apiece and only 1 point in this game, with Yarrawonga having that 1 point lead and 3 marks inside forward 50. So on the basis of things, everything's been very even, Lukey, across the board to start the game.
Cam Barrett certainly started this one. Very, very hot for the Wangaratta Magpies as Cam Wilson gets a clearance out of the middle, kicks to half forward, just trickling in front of Saunders. That's Dan. Uses his right foot and exits defence. Masters first there. Has to be a free kick grab without it against McVeigh. And Masters wins the free kick on centre wing, right in front of Monty. We'll get down to him soon on the boundary. Williams calls for it inside 50. That's where Masters go. Route 1 looking for Williams. Bruce is at the fall of the ball. Quick snap forward. Is it going to trickle through? Oh, it doesn't. Through for a minor score. Yarrawonga go to 3-5-23. The Wangaratta Magpies 3-3-21 in this opening quarter. We played 27 minutes on the Macca's time clock. We're doing it with Lukey Francis for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
Yeah, Panda, we're working up towards the quarter-time break. Norton. And, in fact, there it is, the siren to bring quarter time here at JC Low Oval. Round 3, O&M, the Pigeons and the Maggies. And at the first break, it is Yarrawonga 3-5-23 to Wangs 3-3-21. The Pigeons at home with a 2-point lead. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
0.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTafe is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTafe is the place for you.
GoTafe is leading,
inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
On 2AY.
Quarter time here at the JC Low Oval. Grand final rematch. Yarrawonga taking on Wangaratta. It's the Pigeons by just a few points at quarter time. Overall, a pretty good opening term as we go to Brad Freak for our Optus quarters best. Also, our 40-wing stat leaders in that opening term. Freaky?
Yeah, in that first quarter, Panda, I thought for Yarrawonga, Ned Pendergast across there. They're in the ruck and playing that forward role. Obviously kicked the 2 goals. I thought he was outstanding for a young fella. Got obviously a lot of confidence from the game last week and has really rolled into this one as well. And I thought Cam Barrett off the half-back line for Wangaratta has started the game really strongly for them as well, which I'll touch on him again in a second when we have a look through the 40-wing stat sheet. As we go to that now, we have a look at the team stats. Everything in this game is very even. 13 inside 50s to 12, 3 marks inside 50 to 3, 4 centre clearances to 2 in favour of Yarrawonga there. So very even there, and obviously very even on the scoreboard with Yarrawonga having the 2-point lead at quarter time. Nick Fothergill's had the 7 disposals in that first quarter. Lee Masters working his way back into the game. Obviously his first game for the year. He's had the 5 disposals as well. But as we touched on, Cam Barrett, the leading disposal getter on our 40-wing stat sheet. He's had 11 disposals in the first quarter, with Jackson Clark having the 5.
Scott Montgomery, who has been doing some great work on the boundary for Waters, also had one of the great schnitzel rolls down there, personally passed to him by Ross Morquini and the great guys from the Yarrawonga canteen. What was said at quarter time at the Huddles?
First thing I want to say is, wow, Ross McQueen's done a great job with that schnitzel burger.
He has.
One of the best I've had in a long time, but it was great. But just listening to both Huddles, Ben Reid was really talking. They're just turning the footy over, exiting their defensive 50 a little bit too much, probably rushing a little bit too much, trying to take the cute option. So let's just get it longer. We've got some big options down there with Juice, so let's make sure he's up and about. Let's get it out in front of him. And then for the Yarrawonga team, they just said, let's just keep going. We're defending quite well. When we get inside 50, let's really give ourselves a chance.
So, opening quarter, bit of a stalemate, I reckon. Around the grounds, Brad Freak.
Yeah, in the other game in the Ovens and Murray at the moment, Wangaratta Rovers have a 15-point lead in that game, 30-15, and I'll just get the AFL score up at the moment. And Port Adelaide have a 20-point lead, 8 minutes to go in the second quarter, 42-22 in that game.
And for Ray White Rural in the A-grade netball as well, we saw a win in the grand final rematch there to the Pigeons, 38-30 over the Wangaratta Magpies, and also a win to the Wangaratta Rovers also over... Lavington over the Wangaratta Rovers. I apologise. Lavington over the Wangaratta Rovers. And we love the support from the guys at Ray White Rural, who love getting behind O&M netball each and every single week. So it was the big guys for the Magpies in that first quarter who kicked all their goals. Moore with 2, Reid with a single goal, and then on the Yarrawonga side of things, Pendergast, the young fella Ned, with a couple, and Lee Williams with 1 goal as well. It's an evenly poised game. 3-5-23 Yarrawonga.
left-handed. We'll have a stoppage, so let's see who can clear this contest. A few numbers around the pill. Howe went early. Umpire said play on. Coburn. Wiley goes in again. Sharrock's got him. And then coming out was Harry Wheeler. Gets it on the boot. Sends it up towards the Fothergill direction. He's playing in front of Luke Saunders. And then Saunders won it in the end. Einspawn back to Harry Wheeler. Harry Wheeler ducking and weaving and goes back to Howe.
Howe off a step, kicks to half forward. Fothergill has to fly against Van Berlo. Always going to be a lopsided contest. Willie Wheeler wants a free kick for holding the ball against Barrett. And we have a ball up on the far side of the JC Low Oval, right in front of the Day on the Green set up there that the Pigeons have in the sun. A beautiful place to watch the football from. Sharrock on hands and knees, taps it back smartly to Barrett, who's standing a bit off the contest. His kick, though, intercepted by Ryan Einspawn. Wants to play on straight away, but McVeigh applies really good pressure. Forces Einsport and the Pigeons to retreat. Forge has to get around Warner. Masters kicks to half forward. Really good pressure. Willie Wheeler takes a strong mark in front of Barrett, and he can launch for the Pigeons.
He can. Masters just got taken down out of the play. I think it was certainly a footy act, though, and then Pendergast comes out and takes it right in the midst. Scotty, that was wonderful delivery for Waters.
What a kick it was there. We spoke about it in pre-game here. They've probably been bombing inside 50 a little bit too much Yarrawonga to start the year, but the kicks today have been a lot lower, a lot sharper to their guys on the lead. And Ned Pendergast, again, being the deepest forward, coming out of the goal square, looks like an imposing figure.
Shooting for an early treble is Ned. 2 in the opening term. Has he got 3? Yes, he has. He is playing a great game up until this point. 29 plays 21 on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. Early days in the second term as we go back to Freaky on the 40-week stats.
The prime ball winners have really got their hands on it early for Yarrawonga in this second quarter. The two Wheeler brothers have both had a couple of touches each, and Mark Wiley and Lee Masters have also got a touch each. A couple of repeat inside 50s as well for Yarrawonga to start this game inside the first 2 minutes and 30. So they've started this second quarter right on the right note.
He is emerging right in front of us as young Ned Pendergast. 3 goals against the perennial powerhouse in Wangaratta. That is a great return in 1.5 quarters of footy. And here Yarrawonga go again. Smart little kick from Howe. Finds Coburn. Just forward to centre. Beautiful looking JC Low Oval. He's got a lovely left foot, Coburn. Goes in the direction of Williams and Fothergill who fly. Einspawn just left it behind. He wraps up Saunders though. Wilson wraps up him. A couple of former Cora Rutherglen teammates playing against each other today. And we've got a ball up 40 metres in front of the Yarrawonga goal. Pendergast with 3 early ones. Wilson roving here from the Howe tap. Clark right on his tail. We're going to have a ball up 15 metres around from the Pigeons goal. 29 plays 21, an 8-point lead here to Yarrawonga. Early stages, second quarter. We're doing this one for Wangaratta Motor Group.
Williams this time up against Knowles. And then Einspawn tried to dish to Fothergill. Had to grab it on the second attempt, and he was brought down by Luke Saunders. Oh, gee, stiff, I reckon, Scotty, for Waters.
Yeah, he probably just fell out just as he was starting to execute the tackle. So a bit unlucky there, but probably the right call by the umpire.
100%. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Nick Fothergill pops it up to the top of the square. Went over Knowles. Williams, second by third. Umpire said play on. Cam Wilson on the boots. Yes. They get their 5th. Yarrawonga. So 35 plays 21 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Cam Wilson, a nice goal. As we go back to Freaky on the 40-week stats.
Yeah, 3 inside 50s to start this second quarter for a couple of goals already for Yarrawonga. The efficiency that they'll be looking for going forward. Mark Wiley and the 2 Wheeler boys are up to a couple of disposals each. Wangaratta haven't been able to get the ball in their forward half to start this second quarter.
Sorry, Monty, back to you.
Just a couple of little ones down here. Jared Hatton's out of the game, boys. A bit of a back-related injury. So from that contest very early in that first quarter, he won't take any further part.
No good at all, but I was just about to say, Monty, he has added goal kicking over the last 2 years to his game, Cam Wilson. He's a star.
Yeah, he's a gun. And if one thing he's doing today, he's getting to Van Berlo, one of the drop-off defenders, and trying to take him right out of the game as well as find the footy himself. So he's doing a great job. Probably won't get recognised by many.
A 14-point lead to Yarrawonga over Wangaratta as the Pies go inside 50. Urquhart repels across half-back, goes out to the far side. Good one-on-one contest between Ellis and Ironspawn. Umpires found a free kick to Ellis. Not a great kick. Asks a lot of Chris Knowles under a Howe pressure. Great tackle. Poor foot skills from the Pies costing them here in this second quarter, Monty.
Yeah, that's the second time Fraser Ellis has tried to get it back in the middle to Big Knowlesy, and they've turned it over, or at least created a stoppage. So Yarrawonga are definitely making sure Knowles isn't a distributor through the middle of the ground.
Yeah, Blake Escott spot on his description. Absolute nightmare for Knowles. Wiley. Stolen by Warner. Over the top to McVeigh, and then dishes out to Ben Reid, to Coburn, and then on the left foot. So the Pigeons get out. Now Ironspawn picks it up now. Sums up the situation, chips it over the top to Willie Wheeler, who's in space, so this delivery should be good. He has one bounce, now he has two, tries to get around, short, beautiful. That's wonderful O&M footy from Willie Wheeler into Timmy Lawrence. Scotty, that's some of the best footy we've seen all year.
Absolutely it is, and it's probably something we haven't seen much of Willie Wheeler get out in open space and try and sidestep because he's had so many injuries since he's been here at Yarrawonga. But that's what we want to see. He's done a full pre-season this year. He's fit and was just travelling down the wing there like no one's going to catch him, and he was able to use the footy perfectly. Great footy brain and just kicked it out into space. A perfect kick.
Footy fans treated here at JC Low Oval. Great to watch. Here's Timmy Lawrence. He needs to finish off the Pigeons' work. And he likes it. He's pumped up. 41 plays 21 on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. And the Pigeons, they get away a little. Freaky, we'll go to you on the 40-wing stats.
Yeah, Willie Wheeler up to 3 disposals in this second quarter. That's 6 for the game. He's been really one that's really set the fire going for Yarrawonga in this second term. They've had the 4 inside 50s to 2, been able to kick the 3 goals in this second quarter, so they're taking full advantage of it inside the first 7 minutes of this second quarter and really putting a bit of a gap between them and the Magpies.
Kick 5 of the last 6 goals have the Yarrawonga Pigeons. They now lead by 20 points. 7 minutes played in this second quarter, and here they come again. Coburn handballs to the teammate who was asking for it. Wilson surely has to be a high free kick. Umpire says play on. The Pies through Norton try to exit defence. A great smother from Nyholm, though, forces a turnover. Lawrence wants his left foot, able to get around a couple of Magpies. His hand pass. Well, there's a free kick and a whistle here. It's on the way to Coburn.
Yeah, he paid hold of the man. The tackle just probably lingered a little bit too long there from Cam Barrett.
So Coburn, left foot kick in towards Williams. Can't mark. Great fist down there by the Pies defence. Falls around 10 metres around from the Pigeons goal, who are seriously pressing here in this second quarter. We've played 7 and a bit minutes. They lead by 20 points. Ball up deep inside their attacking 50.
Yes, a pressure on Knowles and Williams. Knowles again just puts it on the boot and says, boys, let's get out of here. But Forge takes the mark just beyond the arc of the 50. So the Hoops are coming back in on their home deck. Who will it be? Going forward, Pendergast was under it. And then ball spills out to Barrett, who just gets it on the boot and thumps it straight back out towards McVeigh. Wiley now searching for a teammate on the left foot, finds Fraunfelder. So he's about 53 out. And now he winds up, loves a goal. This guy, he'll have a shot, will he? Yes, he does. Bailey. Yes. Oh, look at him celebrate. That is a steel line goal of the day. 47 plays 21. And the Pigeons, Scotty, they're broken away for Waters.
Absolutely. They're starting to get dominance here through the middle, and then they're being able to lock the footy inside their forward half at the moment. And let's be honest, Fraunfelder was never going to pass that. He was always going to try and sidestep. He knew the crowd was over there. He could celebrate out that side, but how good a finish was that? That's something he can do when he's within 50. He gets on that arc on that left foot, and he's a beautiful finisher.
Mark Wiley up to 5 disposals as well in the second quarter on the 40-wing stat sheet.
So the first 4 goals of this second quarter before the Magpies can even blink. We've played 9 minutes and they've gone bang, 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 bang like that, the Pigeons. They now lead by 26 points. There's a whistle and a free kick to the Pies as they go forward inside 50. Newton came really late to force a contest, coming through with pace there, the Pies. Onto O'Keefe, not able to get a hand pass out. Ben Bray's in there, tries to apply a bit of heat. There's a whistle and a free kick for a high. And it's going to the way of the Pigeons. Casey plays on in his own defence. If 50 comes out wide, this is Nyholm. The late inclusion at right half back. Kicks to the space. Lawrence out in front. Good fist from behind from Norton.
Always in trouble.
It spills out. Lawrence wanted the free kick for holding the ball, and he's going to get pinged. No, he's won a high free kick, Monty.
Yeah, he didn't even think he thought he was holding the ball there, but the tackle was just a little bit high.
So Lawrence wins a free kick for a high, goes short to Nyholm. The Pigeons by 26, 10 minutes played in this second quarter. And here's Lukey Francis for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
Hempel on to Willie Wheeler, and then a torp of one step. Bourdignon at the back, got a fist to it. Pendergast at the front. Pendergast and Bourdignon see the boundary line in the pocket. Freaky, how are inside 50s looking for the second term on the 40-wing stat sheet?
Yeah, 7 for Yarrawonga to 3 to Wangaratta. The ball's really lived in the Yarrawonga end of the ground.
Yeah. So the umpire has gone with the old one-arm throw-in. Howe, Moore, Willie Wheeler down in front. Left foot again, short to Williams. Yeah, whistle.
Paid the mark.
No, he's paid chopping the arms, boys, which was probably there but a little bit soft. But just how dangerous has Willie Wheeler looked at these stoppages this quarter.
Yeah. Do you think that would have been paid a mark, Scotty? Did it go the required distance?
Probably just, mate, just. But, yeah, a bit lucky with the free kick because he did drop the mark.
I reckon the difference at the moment, Lukey, is the ball skills by far from the two teams.
Yeah, that's it. It's gone up a level, and the Pigeons have stepped up to the mark. So Williams at the southern end has just missed it, and it's gone through for one behind. So 48 plays 21 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. And we've gone about 9 minutes in the second term on the Macca's time clock.
So second term, all thanks to Wangaratta Motor Group. The CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard sees the Pigeons in front by 27 in the grand final rematch. Grossman just puts it on the boot, kicks it 60 metres to half forward. Reid has to be a free kick for a shepherd on him, a block. Umpire says no. Reid not happy about it as well. Casey takes the intercepting mark, kicks to half forward. Pendergast the flyer, caught 3 deep. Coburn just hacks it off the deck. Inside 50, yeah, there's a 2-on-1 here if the Pigeons are smart. Oh, well done, Grossman. Up against Wiley, finds a boundary throw-in. That is a clear deliberate in the AFL, but we aren't playing AFL, and we've got a boundary throw-in deep into attack here for the Pigeons. 48 plays 21, a 27-point lead. Brad Freak for 40 Winks.
Yeah, 8 inside 50s to 3 in this second quarter in favour of Yarrawonga. Real total dominance in that part of the game.
Moore for the Maggies just gets it and puts it on the boot. Whistle brought down.
Yeah, downfield, boys. His tackle lingered a little bit too long.
Yeah, Harry Wheeler had him wrapped up. Now they play on immediately. And the umpire didn't call time on. So it's coming back. Barrett just got the ball and wanted to move it on, but it's coming right back here. True centre wing, and Ben Reid will get the kick. So 48 plays 21. The Pigeons really turning it on.
Rovers lead by 12 points, sorry, Lukey. 36 to 24 over the Panthers.
Yeah, so that one panning out as we thought. Not much in it. Bruce, good mark. In defence for the Pigeons, and they have it on their half-back flank.
We're going to go down to Scott Montgomery on the boundary for Waters. Any updates on some of those injured players?
Yeah, so obviously, as we spoke about, that Hatton is out for the game, but they've made a change here, Wangaratta. They've gone with Grossman back to Williams just to try and get that runner as he's a bit further up the ground rather than Van Berlo or Bourdignon.
Howe pushing forward, hand passes here to Harry Wheeler. Beautiful delivery inside 50, finds Max Hempel. And he's going to line up 40 metres out directly in front. And Monty, once again, the foot skills for mine are the clear difference in this game.
Yeah, unbelievable, wasn't it? But just even his leading pattern there was fantastic.
We'll get back to you because his hand pass at the Fronfelder, who's lined up for a second goal in this second quarter. It's across the face. But yes, those foot skills, Monty, once again, I think they're the difference in the two sides.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just so much cleaner moving forward. They're going end to end every time they get it from D50 and having a shot on goal because they've been able to hit the target inside 50.
So 7-7-49 Yarrawonga. The Pies 3-3-21. That's on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard in this second quarter.
Grossman's turned it over to Harry Wheeler, into Lee Williams. 2 bites at it, and it's gone through for one behind. So the Maggies really need to answer quickly. They're at the wrong end of the ground, though, as Grossman brings it in again. So let's have a look what happens this time. Oh, there he is, that man, Lee Masters. He can just pick off those defensive marks, and he loads it up and sends it up in towards Williams. Oh, coming over the top, Timmy Lawrence. What's the umpire going to say?
Ball up.
Oh, Timmy not happy.
There's big Leroy here, the boys. He's getting manhandled off the ball there, and umpire didn't see it.
So a 29-point lead here to the Pigeons over the Pies. Clever tap back there from Williams. Wilson with a quick kick away, and there's a whistle.
Going to get a free kick, boys. A bit high when the pressure was on his kick there from McVeigh, so we'll get another shot at goal here.
So Cam Wilson will line up for goal number 2. And this margin will blow out to 35 points if he can put through this goal, because he'll kick from 25 metres on a slight angle. And this is looking pretty ugly here for the Wang Magpies. They got problems all over the ground at the moment. So the 2-time best and fairest winner at Cora Rutherglen, he's come across to Yarrawonga. He's already got 1. He's added goal kicking to his game. And now he's kicked 2. And the Pigeons, they get their 8th. 8-8-55, Wangaratta 3-3-21. There's a big margin here in this second quarter, and that is, of course, on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. We have played 15 minutes in this second quarter, Brad Freak.
Total dominance to Yarrawonga on the 40-wing stat sheet. 10 inside 50s to 3, 4 marks inside 50 to none. Even the ball winners for Yarrawonga are getting amongst it. Mark Wiley's had 5 disposals, so has Willie Wheeler. Harry Wheeler's had 4. Jackson Clark is yet to touch the ball in this second term on the 40-wing stat sheet for Wangaratta.
Sorry, 8-8-56. I just missed the little 5 over there, Lukey.
Scotty, what have the Maggies got to do?
Try and win the ball in the middle, which they're not doing at the moment.
Harry Wheeler to Wilson on the right boot. Here they come again. Williams, yes. Left-handed, reeled it in. Great mark. Exactly, Scotty. Another centre clearance win from the hoops, and they've brought it forward, and Williams another shot.
Just way too good, wasn't it? And as we spoke about a bit earlier through Panda, that just their foot skills are that good, just that ball use there, just to sit it over the top of the defender so that Williams was able to take that mark.
Yeah, well, this is becoming a bit of a worry for the black and white stripes. Williams, he'll line up, puts it on the boot. Now that is absolutely perfect. And didn't he tell Grossman about it? He let him know, Freaky.
He certainly let him know all about it. But yeah, Lee Williams has been outstanding. Kicks his second goal for the day as well for Yarrawonga, and they're absolutely flying at the moment, Lukey.
They certainly are, Freaky. So we're approaching about the halfway mark of a second term here. 62 plays 21 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Macca's time clock's gone around about 15 as we go back to Blake Escott for the old Town and Country Tavern.
41 point the margin here at the moment on 2AY and 3E's O&M Live. And here they come again. Yarrawonga emerge with the football in towards the Williams direction. Fothergill's first there. Norton applies a strong tackle, spills to young Nyholm, and he has kicked it, has he? Nyholm, the late inclusion. It's a point. Yarrawonga was celebrating, and it's a minor score. He's duped us all, the umpire. So Yarrawonga 9-9, Wangaratta 3-3. We've played 18 minutes in this second quarter. Here's Cal Moore on the far side as we go to Brad Freak for 40 Winks.
Yeah, in this second quarter, total domination by Yarrawonga. 5 disposals each for Mark Wiley and Willie Wheeler and Harry Wheeler. They've been dominant around the ball in this second term, and 5 centre clearances to 2 in this term as well.
Yeah, Nyholm was riding that one home. He had the whip out, hands and heels, and then the whip. Here's Bordignon in the middle, sends it forward for the Maggies. Cal Moore, Reed has taken the mark. So he's about 45 out, probably a 45-degree angle. Scotty, what are your thoughts for Waters?
Yeah, just that ball movement there. They were a bit rushed and a bit under pressure, but they knew they had one-on-one, so they just took it on, got it down there as quick as they can, and Reed was just too good there in the one-on-one.
Understatement to say they need this. 63 plays 21, Maggies. That's a lovely kick. Has he got it? Yes, he has. That's a great strike and a double for Ben Reid as we go back to Freaky on the 40-week stats.
Yeah, they desperately needed that one, the Wangaratta Magpies. Yeah, as we keep touching on, Yarrawonga clearly on top of nearly every aspect of this game. It was only their first mark inside forward 50 in this quarter, then by Ben Reid, only from 4 entries compared to Yarrawonga, who are up to 12 inside 50s in this first quarter. But as Monty's rightfully pointed out, it's the middle of the ground where the Yarrawonga is getting right on top. 5 centre clearances to 2 in this second quarter as well. As there's some aeroplanes doing a bit of...
I'm going to watch that, boys. All right, you watch the footy, I'll watch the airplanes.
I think it's the Red Bull airplanes for the EC Griffith Cup who are flying over Yarrawonga at the moment, and they are putting on some show. No one's watching the footy because these planes are extraordinary. We love it, Lukey.
It's not plain entertainment.
You're rolling out some of your best work today, Luke Francis, for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
I'm flying.
You are, and again... You like a fine wine?
I'm airborne.
It is extraordinary, actually. The Red Bull planes are putting on a show over on Lake Mulwala, and the Pigeons are putting on a show here. 63 plays 27. Ben Reid breaking a run of 6 on the trot for Yarrawonga. They got it all to do here. The Magpies as Wheeler goes inside forward 50 again. Grossman under a little bit of pressure there from Nyholm. His hand pass wasn't great. Nyholm worried him out of it. Goes back to Wilson on the left foot. Look at this. They're at the back here. If Lawrence can mark, he's got Fothergill in a tiny bit of space. Doesn't need him because Williams has marked. That could almost be 50. Yep,
Yeah,
Monty.
silly there. Just pushed him over after he took the mark. Just not on, not needed. And now makes a certain goal.
Yeah, Williams with a steal line goal that I contend. A bit happening off the ball here as well. Lawrence has let Van Berlo know about it. So Williams kicks his 3rd goal here on O&M Live, and the margin is restored back to 41 points. The Pigeons lead. Brad Freak for 40 weeks.
Yeah, up to 14 inside 50s in this second quarter for Yarrawonga to 4 for Wangaratta. They've been total dominance, as we touched on. The Wheeler boys and Mark Wiley have been the instigators, and Cam Wilson as well, I think, has been outstanding in this second quarter for Yarrawonga to really get the ball going in their way.
Yeah, alarm bells ringing at JC Low Oval. The Maggies are on the canvas. They need to pick themselves up, dust off and go again. Cowmoy out of the middle. Now they get the advantage for holding. Melksham, he's got a chance to pick this up now under pressure. Gone over the line, and we will have a boundary throw in, Panda.
Yeah, Monty, look at those planes.
It's unreal, mate. What's happening in the footy? I'm just watching the planes.
I hope the live stream, maybe Travie and the crew down there can maybe flick up and show us these planes. If you're watching on the O&M Optus TV, as Moore quicks to kick one around the corner, and it's landed in the arms there of a teammate. I think it's Jackson Clark, Monty, who's pushed forward.
Yeah, it is. He was just dropped off that clearance, that stoppage there, and was able to get in front of Casey and take the mark. But how dangerous is Calmore when he gets around these stoppages? Just needs to probably do it a bit more often now because of what the scoreboard's reading. Probably needs to spend a lot of time through the middle in this second half.
He averaged 24 disposals in 2022, hit the scoreboard with 20 goals as well. So he can play this man, Jackson Clark. They need him here. It doesn't look all that great off the boot. It's across the face and through from Minor. So Wangaratta, they go to 4 goals, 428. Yarrawonga, 10-9-69. We played 22 minutes of the Macca's time clock. That is on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. And here's Lukey Francis for Wangaratta Motor Group.
Yeah, I tell you what, those Red Bull pilots,
they are extraordinary.
They are.
Do you reckon the planes might have put Clark off then?
It would put me off, 100%. I can't kick at the best of times, but that would add even more fuel to the
I was going to say, do the planes need to be there for you to miss
Not at all, Monty.
Long ball out of the fullback position. Van Berlo got hands to it. Went down to Sharrock. Out the back to Warner. Willie Wheeler grabs Warner. And now Saunders, Luke. He gets brought to ground and gone.
Yep.
So a turnover. Osborne with it, doesn't waste any time for the Pigeons, moves it on, and Coburn is out. Here they come again, the Hoops. Left foot going in, beautiful to Kennedy. Great delivery, the skills again on show, Scotty, for Waters.
Yeah, absolutely. Just that ball movement. How hard are they running there?
Yep.
Got out the back there, Coburn, just way too much work. Great foot compared to the Wangaratta boys, and they can't keep up at the moment. So that's probably the main difference today.
Yeah, this is what we've been saying early on this season. The Maggies just lacking run. High ball going in. Big pack of players goes up. Ball comes out. McVeigh concedes. It's gone through for one behind. So 70 plays 28 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. We've gone about 22 minutes on the Macca's time clock as we go back to you, Panda.
For the Old Town and Country Tavern, Tyler Norton has to get around a Pigeon as he exits defensive 50, kicks to a contest between Clark and Casey. O'Dwyer's in there as well, and it trickles over the boundary line right in front of our man Monty, who we can't hear because the Red Bull airplanes are pretty much flying over the JC Low Oval.
They're getting closer, boys. They're definitely getting closer, and it's impressive to watch, that's for sure.
For our listeners on 2AY and 3&E, you have to see this to believe it. There are 2 or 3 Red Bull pilot fighter jets flying over this ground. It is hard to commentate as the Pigeons, they spread it to the far side. Fothergill's going to pick it up first. He can take a bounce. The ball comes to him. He steadies from Fothergill, and he bangs through a steal line goal today. More pain and misery for the Wangaratta Magpies. And Fothergill, he kicks the Pigeons 11th. 76 plays 28 Monty for Waters.
Again, just that midfielder who just worked way harder than his opponent, got out the other side, got into space, and away they went. And Fothergill, just a great finish. Jesse Smith tried hard, tried to come out of line, but probably a little bit late, and then it wasn't able to affect the kick.
16 inside 50s to 5 in this second quarter, and 11 plus advantage in favour of Yarrawonga, and they've taken total dominance with it in this second term. They've absolutely blown Wangaratta out of the water.
Yeah, they need the siren, the Maggies. This is becoming a procession here at JC Low Oval. Sharrock out of the middle. Einspawn got hands to it. Clark now spins around, gets onto that right boot, sends it inside 50, one-on-one. Oh, look at that. Cal Moore coming out. What a player he is. And that was clean, Scotty, for Waters.
Yeah, they need 5 Cal Moores right now, don't they? They need him everywhere because he's very dangerous when he's around the footy, but he's also dangerous when he's forward when they're getting there often enough. So hopefully he can go back and correct his goal kicking issues had the first 2 rounds.
Let's see if the Plains put him off here, like they put off Jackson Clark. Lukey?
Not only do they need Cal Moore, they need more Cals. And in he comes. And that's 3. That's a treble. So 76 plays 34. So they respond, but gee, they need to start picking back a few more because it's a long road back. They need the break. They need the siren. Scotty, as we go back down to you for Waters.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the Wang boys are definitely rotating very heavily because I think they're blowing up a little bit quicker than the Yarra boys are. And the midfield especially, they've probably got 6 or 7 rotations, Yarrawonga, compared to Wangaratta. Probably only got the extra 1 midfielder running around out there.
So 11-10-76, the Pigeons. Wangaratta 5-4-34 as we tick up towards the 27th minute mark on the Macca's time clock. Second quarter action for Wangaratta Motor Group. Here on O&M Live, Panda Escott with you, Lukey Francis, Brad Freak and Scott Montgomery as the Magpies go forward again. Mark! It's Newton down there, is it? I think it is. Juice Newton has marked from the clearance, 45 metres out directly in front.
That's what they need, a bit more centre clearance. Wins for Wangaratta. They've just been dominated in this second quarter by Yarrawonga.
So Juice Newton, first game for the year, will line up for goal number 1. Former captain, has been a star of this competition and this club for many years. He does one thing well, he kicks goals well. And that might lift the Wangaratta Magpies. The margin's back to 6 goals. They get their 5th 6th goal. They go to 6-4-40. They still trail by 36 points. Yarrawonga 76. That's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. Brad Freak.
7 inside 50s now for Wangaratta in this second term. They've just been able to get a little bit more momentum in this towards the end of this second quarter, which will give them that little bit more belief and confidence going into half time. 5 disposals for Cam Barrett and Dan Sharrock in this second quarter. Cal Moore's only had the 6 disposals for the game, but had 3 goals, so high impact with his disposals.
Maggies need to win this clearance. Knowles, Howe. Willie Wheeler came boring through. Harry Wheeler now got swung around in the tackle, got the hands off. It's taken by Sharrock though. And then inside, but Urquhart's brought it out for the Pigeons. Now here they go. They switched it at the outer side. Einspawn gathers now. Goes back to Forge. Forge handballs to Einspawn and then back to Forge again. So they're building the 40-wing stats. And then Masters has to go. The delivery wasn't good to him. Howe at ground level. The big man gets down. Reed's got him wrapped up. And the umpire has called for it. As we go back to you, Freaky, what's our inside 50 counts looking like now, mate, at half time?
Yeah, heavily in favour of Yarrawonga just because of that second quarter. In the second quarter, it was 16-8, so double the amount of inside 50s for the Pigeons in that second term compared to the Maggies.
So 12 goals kicked. I was just doing a quick count there in that second quarter. Lots of them to the way of the Yarrawonga Pigeons, who take a healthy lead, 11-10-76 over the Wangaratta Magpies, 6-4-40. It's a 36-point margin here at half-time. Remember, on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
What we saw in the grand final, Yarrawonga absolutely dominating, 11-10-76, leading Wangaratta 6-4-40, so a 36-point lead at half-time here, Freaky. What did you think of the first half? It was a great display by Yarrawonga, wasn't it? Their ball movement was fantastic, their skill level's high, and they're just all over Wangaratta.
Well, compared to when we saw them a couple of weeks ago against Albury, Monty, their ball use and skills today have been so much better than what they were that day. That day it was fairly blustery, but today it's nearly pristine conditions for footy out there. But especially in that second quarter, they really got going, and throughout the midfield there, they're real heavyweights in the centre of the ground got going. Wiley, the two wheelers, and Cam Wilson I thought was outstanding in that second quarter for them as well. And when they get really good delivery like that as well, obviously we've seen young Pendergast pop up a few times, and Lee Williams obviously is always a threat in that forward half, has popped up as well. So when they're getting ball use out of the centre and first use off Lockie Howe in the middle of the ground, they're really hard to stop.
So on the 40-wing stats, what's telling us why Yarrawonga are just dominating? What are the key stats where they're just in front?
Yeah, well, earlier in that first quarter, the second quarter I should say, the centre clearance count was heavily in favour of them. Wangaratta ended up levelling that up as the quarter went on to 5 apiece. But we've been able to see throughout this game that if you're getting first use out of the middle of the ground, it's generally translating into goals, because that first half of the quarter with Yarrawonga, they ended up having 16 inside 50s to 8 in that second term and 7 marks inside 50 to 4. When they were able to get the ball out of the centre to start the game, they were really quick and they were able to get the ball moving and hit the scoreboard really regularly. So, Monty, as we see, if you can get first use out of the middle of the ground, it's going a long way to being able to translate into scores and getting the score and the result that Yarrawonga have got at the moment.
Absolutely it is. And if we go into our individual player stats that we're keeping today on the 40-wing stat sheets, what's showing us there, Freaky?
Yeah, it's been a pretty even contribution from Yarrawonga's midfield. As we touched on, Nick Fothergill's had 10 disposals, 9 for Harry Wheeler, 9 for Willie Wheeler, 7 for Lee Masters across that half-back line, and 6 for Mark Wiley. Where if we have a look at the Wangaratta side of things, Cam Barrett across half-backs had 16 disposals. He's been good for them back there, but some of their better players need to really get going in this second half. Jackson Clark's had 8 disposals, only 3 of them in that second term there. And if we have a look at Cal Moore in the ruck, he's had the 6 disposals, but he's had high impact when he's got it. So he's been okay. Dan Sherrick's had the 8 to half time. He's had a bit of a so-so game as well. So they need some of their heavier weights in the middle of the ground. Wangaratta to really get going, to get themselves right back into this contest.
Yeah, absolutely. And the way that Yarrawonga defending the ground, they play this ground so well, don't they? Obviously, being their home ground, there is definitely an advantage for them. But they're just defending so well. They're getting right up the ground and not really letting the free-flowing ball movement Wangaratta like to get in between the arcs, especially. And then the flip side, they're just the ball especially, they're getting out in the space, the midfielders, the wingers, they're getting out in the space and being used. And that's probably why they've been able to go inside 50 with such effect, because they've got a bit of space and a bit of time to be able to use the footy and not under pressure and just bombing along.
It's the first time I've seen Wangaratta play live, and they really are missing Joe Richards and A-Bankers out there at the moment. More so for their leg speed more than anything. They just doesn't look like they have as many players this year that can break the lines. And obviously the players like the Jackson Clarks and these other players, Dan Sharrocks, are getting the better matchups where they probably got put down the food chain a little bit last year when they had these more
when
explosive.
When they're the third and fourth midfielders.
You get lost a little bit. So the leg speed is one area which, and that rightfully goes back to your other point where Yarrawonga is just burning and going the other way. They haven't been able to keep up with the Fothergills and the Wheelers and these type of guys. It's just really evident watching the game live that how they haven't been able to not keep up with them, but not been able to defend the leg speed as easily as what they were able to last year.
And if we have a look at what Wangaratta's brought in this year, they haven't brought in those midfielders like what Yarrawonga were able to add with Cam Wilson and guys like that. So I feel that they just bat a bit deeper, whereas Wangaratta are probably a little bit shorter than what they were last year, with only losing those two gun midfielders. So it feels like they just haven't got the depth, so therefore they're not rotating as much, and that might be why the Yarrawonga midfielders are able to run out the quarters and keep pushing hard and get out in the space a bit easier than what the Wangaratta boys are.
Yeah, Cam Wilson, I thought he was the Optus quarter's best for Yarrawonga in that second quarter there as well. I thought he was simply outstanding. He really set
in that quarter.
Yeah, he did, and he set up a lot of other things as well for really positive things for Yarrawonga. Cal Moore for mine for Wangaratta Magpies was the Optus quarter's best in that second quarter there as well. As I said, he hasn't had a lot of the footy, but when he's been around it, especially when he's been in the ruck, he's made a high impact. He's always got the ball moving for them. He's been really, really strong for the Maggies, and they're going to have to get a really big display out of him in the second half to be able to really push themselves right back into this contest.
So I've got him down for leading into today as kicking 3 goals, 9 for the year.
Yeah, right.
And today he's gone and kicked 3 straight, Kelmore. So he's got the kicking boots on, which just shows that, if you can kick straight in front of goal, it can make a big difference, and your impact's a lot more greater, isn't it, without having as many touches.
Well, swings and roundabouts sometimes with goal kicking as well, isn't it? Like some weeks you've got your boots on, some weeks you haven't got the boots on. So it's been really good for Wangaratta that he is, but they're lucky that he has had him on today, because that scoreboard could look a lot worse than what it really has been at the moment. But where do you think, obviously, Wangaratta can really target in this game now to get right back into it?
Yeah, I think they've just got to take it on a bit more. I think they've got Grossman playing a key defensive role. Open him up, get him on a wing, get him running, get him moving, try and open that ground up a little bit, because at the moment they haven't got that free flow from half back. And Tyler Norton is another one who I feel is probably playing a defensive role. Get him open, get him using his leg speed and trying to use the footy going forward, because I feel at the moment they just keep playing the way they're playing. Nothing's going to change, and this game could really blow out.
Yeah, well, as you say, the leg speed as well, and we saw in the reserves game, as you said, some of the Wangaratta boys were cramping a little bit, and they're looking maybe a little bit slow, and you could see cramp on a warmish day like today really come into it in this second half as well. So it'll be really interesting to see what changes the coaching staff for the Magpies make coming in half time.
Yep, just a quick update around the grounds. We've got Wangaratta Rovers taking on Lavington at the Finlay Oval, and at the moment, unbelievably, Wangaratta Rovers are 7 goals straight to 5 goals 8. So 13 scoring shots to 7, but they're in front by 4 points, the Rovers. So 42-38 there, Rovers in front. And now we're going to go get a quick netball update from our friends Ree Harris and Tam Matthews on what happened here a bit earlier today at JC Low Oval.
To Ray White, Royal Rhiannon Harris and Tamara Matthews broadcasting today's game. Yarrawonga, last year's premiers, coming over the top of Magpies 38-30. What a low scoring game, what a defensive game.
There was so much defensive pressure from both teams, and it just goes to show, I think, what a great season we've got in store for us from both these sides.
Just a few people coming to say hello for our recording today. Absolutely, Laura Ryan getting our player of the day. She was really consistent, both in wing defence and centre, a position we hadn't seen her before. Someone else that performed really well for the Pigeons was Laura Davis throughout goal attack, wing attack and centre. And the defensive pressure of both teams just didn't let up. Izzy Newton, great and consistent for the visitors, as well as Katie Dean in that goalkeeper position. She just works so hard for 4 quarters.
Yeah, she's such a consistent performer for Wangaratta, and I think what we saw today was something we're going to see from Wangaratta, and that is really great use of their bench. Their bench goes deep, and I think they're going to utilise all their players in lots of different positions throughout the season, and I think that holds them in really good stead come finals.
And the Panthers in the other game, the victors over the Rovers, 60 plus goals there to 31, a comprehensive win for them. And I'm assuming the injection of Christina Gucci after her performances with Victoria in the under-19s competition will have been very positive. Mia Lavis, a shout out to her being selected in the Australian under-17 squad after her performances for Victoria as well. 2 games to go though in the round. North Albury taking on Albury at Button Park on Anzac Day. For me, this is going to be an absolute belter. I think North and Albury very evenly matched, and I'm going to tip Albury in that game.
Yeah, I agree, Ree. I think Albury will get over the top of North Albury, but it doesn't matter where these two teams play when they're on the ladder. It is always an absolute cracker.
And the other game, the two Wodonga teams, the Bulldogs facing the Raiders. For mine, the Raiders will be too strong across the court there in the Anzac Day clashes. This has been Rhiannon Harris and Tamara Matthews for Ray White Rural.
Ground up building product.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Quarter action for STY Metals, not too far away from getting underway here at a beautiful JC Low Oval. Not a cloud in the sky, only Red Bull airplanes here for the EC Griffith Cup and the Yarrawonga Fair. Lots of people here in Yarrawonga. And well, they'd be happy with how the Pigeons are going so far. 11-10-76 over Wangaratta, 6-4-40, a 36-point margin at half-time. It was a 12-goal quarter, 8 of those to the way of Yarrawonga, and they just put on a clinic of great foot skills and how to move the ball through the middle of this big ground here, the JC Low Oval. And well, it's all ahead of the Wangaratta Magpies if they're to come back and prove to us what they did on grand final day. My name is Blake Pandaresco, Lukey Francis, Brad Freak, and Scott Montgomery, bringing you all the action here on 2AY and 3&E. Monty down on the boundary for Waters, both sides going to their positions. Big goal early for Wangaratta would get them up and about. We just saw towards the end of that second quarter, they kicked the last couple of goals and their intensity lifted. All right, well, we'll go down to Monty when he
full of insight
feels
as always.
like talking. Absolutely. He's probably got his microphone off.
He might have it turned on. Did you turn me off? I reckon you turned me off, Pam.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No,
I reckon
that's
he's been
mine.
caught out
No,
red-handed there.
No, I had the microphone off. Sorry, boys. I was talking to some people in the crowd and they were saying some things that might not want to go to air, so I thought I'd turn it off, do the right thing.
Good man.
But yes, you are right. Wangaratta, they got that bit of momentum there towards the end of that second quarter, but they need to make sure they keep kicking away here and try and get a couple of early ones to get back into this game. Otherwise, if Yarrawonga get the freedom, they didn't start that second quarter, they could really blow this game open pretty quickly.
Brad Freak is really pumped up with the DJ work here at the JC Low Oval.
I reckon the ambience is picking up everything but the footy today.
I like it. Here's Lukey Francis for STY Metals as we get underway in this third quarter.
Wiley wrapped up quickly. So over to you, Wang Maggies. What have you got for us? They're 36 points down to the Pigeons at JC Low Oval on a Saturday afternoon. Ball goes back up, and this time Coburn's brought to ground. And again, we'll have another stoppage, so we haven't got too far from the centre. We're about 10 metres on the broadcast side from the circle. Howe. And then going through Coburn, low down, and Panda holding the ball. Gee, I don't know. What did you think of that one, Scotty, for Waters?
Yeah, a bit stiff there, I reckon, young Harry's. Braden Coburn it was. So, yeah, a bit stiff. Very quick to blow the whistle there, the umpire.
So Tyler Norton is going to send the Maggies inside 50 first in this third quarter, and Masters just plonks himself in the hole, doesn't take the mark. Nice smother, though, to rectify. Hollandine flicks a hand pass out to Newton. Nice bit of footwork there from Dan Saunders to Hollandine. Has to go back to Juice. He gets it on the boot quick, and Fronfelder takes a nice intercept mark, puts his hands up and says, boys, I'm going to hold up, and he kicks it back towards Howe. Juice Newton does really well, but he's wrapped up by Forge in a big tackle. And young Jack Forge brings him to ground and stings him holding the ball right in front of Scott Montgomery on our broadcast position clubhouse side.
I don't think Juice knew he was there, Jack Ford. I think he thought he got past Lockie Howe and he was out. But, yeah, Jack Ford, and a 50's given for not giving the ball back there. So, Michael Newton, not smart.
Not smart at all. So, only the one goal for Juice. Not a great start for him in this third quarter as Jack Forge is going to march the Pigeons right up the ground, Lukey Francis.
He is, and he goes Forge, a low ball going inside 50, and coming out was Knowles on the boot, and then tried to get it to Newton, who went to ground. Howe, Wiley, Coburn now enters back for an entry for the Pigeons. Good Mark Wilson inside 50. Now it's on here.
Boys. Yeah, so I think it's young Dan Saunders has got the job with Willie Wheeler. And, yeah, I don't think Willie's liking it too much, and they just went on with it for a little bit.
Cam Wilson with the ball. So, as we said, the Pigeons with a 36-point lead, if you've just tuned in early in the third term, as Wilson winds up, swapped the blue and white stripes for the hoops this year. And then, what's happened here? Bruce Urquhart, Wiley around the shoulder, and he will get the free kick. Scotty.
Yeah, just went a little bit high off the tackle there. Mark Wiley was just a bit too strong, a little bit too smart with the way he went there. But, yeah, he'll have a shot here, and he should kick this. I don't know what to do with Robbie, but he should kick this one.
Wiley up to 2 disposals early in this third term as well for Yarrawonga on the 40-wing stat sheet.
So this to take it out to 42 points. Mark Wiley at the northern end. Strolls in on the boot. It's 42 all right. And Pigeons are going to be terribly hard to run down from here.
Listen to the DJ. He's fine. I've never commentated a game before, never been to an O&M game where the DJ decks are firing up. They're getting louder over there, Freaky.
Well, why wouldn't they? You see the Gabba now with Brisbane kick a goal. They get the boys have their own playlist of what songs they want played. Maybe the Pigeons are looking to do a similar setup today, Pandy.
I like it, but I don't think that DJ's actually stopped playing at all throughout this third quarter.
You got a subwoofer in your vehicle, Peter? I don't even know what one of those is. But
not at all. So 82 plays 40. Pigeons lead, and Willie Wheeler with a beautiful delivery to half forward. Fothergill marks on his chest, kicks in the direction of Williams. Can he hang on? He can't. Good late pressure. Actually, there's a whistle.
Yeah, no, play on. Grossman just got grabbed as he took off there with the ball, so umpire paid the free kick to him and then advantage because he took off.
Well done, Monty, down on the boundary. Doesn't miss a thing for Waters. Hollandine's kick was an absolute shocker. Went about 2 metres. He's turned the footy over. Iron Spawn snaps it around the corner on centre wing. Sliding in and taking an intercept here was Grossman. Wants to go aggressive to true centre half back. They want to switch the footy. Finds McVeigh.
Got to be brave with their ball movement here, Wayne. They can't just sit back and kick it side to side. Otherwise, Yarra will set up way too well.
That's what we saw with that Grossman kick. It was a beauty to McVeigh. Back to Grossman and back to Sharrock. So they're still just inside their own defensive 50. Broadcast side here. Beautiful kick inboard to Knowles. He marks it half forward. Too far out to score.
Here he goes. Inside 50, Reed. Oh, how magnificent. Went back with the flight. That was...
I think it's going to be a free kick to Reed here, boys.
Okay.
Must be for a push, Monty,
yeah,
was
he's
it?
paid pushing the back against Masters and he's pushed him into Howe, so he's obviously a bit close enough, so probably the right call. He's in a good position there, the umpire.
Gee, Howe had to go, Scotty.
Yeah, he did well, didn't he? He was brave going back and he opened himself up, putting the arm up to try and spoil the ball, so really brave, left himself exposed, but he's paying for it now, but he's up and moving now.
So Ben Reed to line up for his Maggies. So this would be 3 for Ben. 82 plays 40. At the current stage, has he got that one? No, he's pulled it to the broadcast side. 82 to 41 on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. Third term brought to you by STY Metals as we go to Freaky on the 40-mix stats.
Yeah, 2 early touches for Matt Grossen in this third term, as well as Mark Wiley. 3 inside 50s apiece on the 40-wing stat sheet to start the third term.
So Yarrawonga kick it out to the far flank, defensive flank. Ned Pendergast, the bloke who kicked 3 goals very early in this game, takes a nice mark for Yarrawonga, kicks down the wing, scoreboard side. Wilson over this football, umpire circling, he's got to get rid of it here, Cam. Umpire says, oh, I'll have it. Ball up, right in front of the scoreboard over there at the JC Low Oval. So 82 plays 41, a 41-point lead here to the Pigeons. The only goal in this third quarter to Mark Wiley. Speak of the devil, he puts it on the boot quickly, tries to kick it inside 50, but it's been intercepted here by Fraser Ellis for the Magpies. And it's fair to say, Lukey, they need the next one. Luke Francis for the Old Town and Country Tavern on O&M Live.
Yeah, they do, Panda. Ellis has been quiet today. Down to Newton. And Newton, right of centre wing on the far side, goes into the middle, nice. Getting Warner, and Warner plays on to Barrett, so what can they do here? Low ball driving, look at that for a hit. And now Cal's put his finger out. Yeah, he's put a digit out, I reckon. Cal Moore.
That was a bullet, absolute bullet there from Cam Barrett.
Yeah, it was a cannonball kick. And then Reed takes the mark, so it's found him. So again, maybe this time he'll pick up his 3rd goal. So he's right down in front of our commentary position. Scotty, what a cracking view here.
Yeah, it's spot on here, and I reckon he's going to go pretty close, boys. He's pretty confident with this one.
Here goes Ben this time. Gets around on that left foot. Yeah, did he learn from last time? Has it got the legs? It has. Ben's got 3. That's a terrific kick. That is a gem, and I'm going to put that down as a steal line goal of the day. As we go back down to you for Waters, Scotty.
Yeah, real coach's goal there, wasn't it? It was probably one he could have passed off, but just went, nah, boys, I'll take this one. And after missing the last one, he really owed him one and was able to put it back from outside 50.
Having a bit more of the play in this third term as well. Wangaratta had 5 inside 50s to 3 to start this term. They're getting some of their more prime ball winners involved in the game as well. So the good things are going to come for them soon. They just need to persist and just keep banking on these goals as well to get themselves back in the game. So
Ben Reid bangs through his third goal, brings the margin back to 35 points. 7-5-47 Wangaratta. Yarrawonga 12-10. 82. That's on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. 8 minutes played on the Macca's time clock. Here come the Pigeons again. Pendergast sends it into the 1-on-1 between Williams and Bordenyong. In fact, it was Grossman. Grossman does well and streams out of defence. He's taken a bounce down the broadcast defensive flank. Finds Ellis for the Magpies at half-back. He's got Knowles down the line, goes in that direction against Pendergast. Pendergast did well, falls out the back to Ford. Tackled strongly by Fraser Hollandine, and we'll have a ball up on true centre wing. 3 goals in this third quarter. 2 goals, 1 to Wiley, 1 to Reid, and it is the Pigeons by 35 points.
Ball adjacent to the grandstand. Harry Willett couldn't grab it. Wait. Puts a high ball up. Urquhart and just stuck his leg out. Clark it ends up with low ball going towards Moore. Casey got a fist to it. Reid picks it up. Left foot should kick it. Has he got his fourth? No. Player of his ilk should have really got that one.
Had a lot more time too, didn't he, boys? Had a lot more time. Probably could have straightened up and gone towards goal instead of snapping there. But yeah, you'd expect him to kick them 9 times out of 10.
Looking very dangerous in the forward half at the moment. Wangaratta 6 inside 50. Reedy's had the last 3 shots. He's 3 goals, 3. Could be a different story if they're able to kick a bit more accurately.
So Yarrawonga bring the ball out of defence. Far side of the JC Low Oval. Saunders picks it up though for the Pies. Kicks it to half forward. Not great. Wiley takes the intercept, right half back in front of that white picket fence set up over there, which is playing some nice DJ music. I like it here at the JC Low Oval. It's a carnival atmosphere, sort of like Gather Round, Lukey, hey?
Yeah, Panda. Bit of douche.
So Lee Masters, the Morris medalist, kicks down the line, pack forms, spills out the back to Ryan Bruce. They got the overlap here. Wilson hand passes it back to Bruce. He has to kick it pretty quickly. Dribbler inside forward 50. Hempel picks it up and snaps it goalward, and it's through for a minor score. And the Pigeons move to 12-11-83. Wangaratta 7-6-48. Harvey Norman betting scoreboard in this third quarter. We've played 10 minutes on the Macca's time clock, Brad Freak.
4 disposals in this third term for Mark Wiley. He's really trying hard for Yarrawonga. 3 for Matt Grossman as well. 5 inside 50s for Yarrawonga. 6 for the Magpies as well. So Wangaratta have been able to get plenty of the footy and get the ball moving in their forward half.
Smith to Cowmore and centre wing. Got hands to it. Put it down. Dan Saunders roved it. Nice handball off to Newton. Newton going for Clark. Clark going back with it. Oh, look who came through. Lee Masters. Hollandine got hands on him. Bruce. And they get it outside to Kemple. Gee, that was good defensive work from the Pigeons. Lee Masters in particular. So what will Hempel do? Back flank. He wants to retreat.
Oh.
Clark interrupted the play. Ford just got to go. Puts it on the boot now. Now Casey is going to have to work for this. Newton's got it. He's going to have a ping at the sticks.
Oh.
Coming around. Wow. He's nailed it. Could they come back from here? Could that get them going? The Maggies have pinched a major, if you like, on the boot of Mick Newton. That is a steal line goal of the day if ever I've seen one. A double for him. Scotty, what did you think of that for Waters?
Yeah, it was a great finish, wasn't it? Not many other players would have kicked that one. But I'll tell you what, Matt Casey looked like he was running on the spot. Probably took it a little bit easy there, thinking I've got the boundary as a friend here and take him over. But he was just too good. Got it to boot as quick as he could. And yeah, just that skill level's got to be better for Yarrawonga as they exit their D50.
7 inside 50s for Wangaratta in this third term. They've really been able to get the ball moving in their forward half.
They've kicked 4 of the last 5 goals here, have Wangaratta. It's back to 29 points. 83 plays 54. That's on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard in this third quarter for STY medals. We've played 12 minutes here on the Macca's time clock. So a little bit of momentum, you'd have to say, here in this third quarter. That is some finish. That reminded me of Jason Ackermanis then from Michael Newton, running to the boundary, drop punt, 35 metres out, tied up against the boundary. You're not supposed to kick those goals. Howe kicks the Clearing, kick up towards half forward. Tracking this one back is Melksham. He's won a high free kick. So all the 50-50s at the moment, Monty, just going the Magpies' way.
That can happen when the bit of momentum's going your way, can't it? So they're just using the footy a little bit better. They've got to be a bit cleaner with these kicks around in between the arcs. They can't afford to turn it over there and give them Yarrawonga an easy go inside 50.
Melksham's kick then wasn't great looking for Knowles. And we've got a boundary throw in on true centre wing right in front of the clubhouse. Blake Pandares got with you and Luke Francis for the Old Town and Country Tavern. And a 29-point lead here to the Pigeons.
Here we go. Howe just got rid of Knowles on the boot. Saunders came in. Luke with a fist. Dan Saunders now. Willie Wheeler holding. So the ball will go to Dan Saunders for the Maggies. Now, what's he got on? He needs players to move for him. He's going to come out very wide to Newton, gets him. So a lovely kick, but he is wide, Mick. Reed's calling for it now, so here he's going for him. What can Ben do? Got a hand to it. Over the back, Cowmore roving. Right foot snap. No. Gone through for one behind. So they're peppering at this end, the Maggies. They've lifted. As Panda said, what was it? 5 of the last 6?
4 of the last 5.
4 of the last 5 now. As we go to Freaky on the 40-wing stat sheet. How are we going, Freaky?
Yeah, inside 50s. Wangaratta's at 8-5 in this third term.
Casey streamed out of defence and kicked a half forward, so great transition footy there by the Pigeons, except no one was home. They'd all pushed up, and Van Berlo took a great intercept mark, aggressive kick, finds Melksham. Oh, his hand pass missed Barrett, but he's got enough time to sweep it back. And they move it out to Bourgnon. So the switch is on. Bourgnon at half back. Chips it over to Dan Saunders, who's having a good third quarter. Probably leading the way for the Optus quarter's best. Saunders goes inboard, finds Norton. Had to mark in front of Williams. So still on true centre wing. The JC Lowe Oval. It's a 28-point margin. The Pigeons 83, the Pies 55. They bang it up to half forward. Newton's caught in a 1-on-2. Forces a contest. Barrett gets it on the boot. Kicks it inside 50. Bounces off Cal Moore's chest. Will O'Keefe, the TikTok man, spins out of trouble. Hand passes to space. O'Dwyer's got a hand pass it quickly. He gets rid of it. Spills out the back to Fothergill. His hand passes to Urquhart. And the Pigeons clear on the far side of the ground to Ironspawn.
Ironspawn, so came from Nyholm. Now back to Nyholm. So Ironspawn and Nyholm combining now. It's with Wilson. Cam. True centre wing far side. Harry Wheeler's on. Gets him. So he's on the half forward flank for the Pigeons. They're kicking to the northern end in this term. 83 plays 55. The Hoops with the lead. Long ball going in. Oh, getting up high was Van Berlo. And the ball has found the line. So we'll go back down to you, Scotty, for Waters. Much action on the bench, mate?
There's high rotations, mate. Obviously, as it is a warm day, not much wind. Players are definitely rotating heavily, especially the Yarrawonga boys. Through the middle, they've got a lot more rotations going on.
Willie Wheeler only had the one touch in this third term. Dan Saunders doing a run with roll with him and doing really well so far.
And finding his own pill as well, Dan Saunders. He's had a good quarter. So toss back into play, and we've got another ball up, a stoppage 40 metres around from Yarrawonga's goal. 83 plays 55 here on R&M Live on 2AY and 3&E. So 3 goals in this quarter, 2 to the Wangaratta Magpies. Mark Wiley goes in, picks it up, hand passes to Wheeler. That's Harry, snaps around the corner and it's hit the post. Minor score. So the Pigeons 12-12, 84. Wangaratta 8-7, 55. We played 16 minutes of the Macca's time clock. Third quarter action for STY Metals. Bit of a breather there for the Magpies as they exit defence.
Cam Barrett, great pick up for the Maggies. Urquhart, his kick was smothered. Timmy Lawrence went by him and it went past Grossman. Hempel picks it up. No, to the near side and it's gone through for one behind. So 85 plays 55. 30 points the margin on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. Third term brought to you by STY Metals. The Old Town and Country Tavern brings you the core team this afternoon. Here's Blake Escott.
Yeah, interesting kick out of defence there by the Pies. Kick to a 1-on-1 between Newton and Urquhart. Newton's dived on this footy. The Pigeons want holding the ball and they get it. So a free kick against Juice. It's going to go the way of Ryan Bruce at half forward, broadcast side. Kicking to the Caravan Park end of the ground. Bruce plays on. Kicks it to the hot spot. And it's been taken down there by Van Berlo. I think it could have been a free kick to Grossman anyway. Van Berlo's kick wasn't great. Asked a lot of his teammate. Put Saunders under a bit of pressure. Here is Luke. Left foot exiting kick finds Hollandine on the far side, pushing up to help his defence out. Yarrawonga by 30. 17 played in this third quarter.
Ellis, half-back flank, goes laterally to Grossman. Now, Scott Montgomery spoke about this. They're wanting to come sideways. They need some run from behind. They want to cut through the middle. Here we go. This is better. They're angling back. Now, McVeigh. Here's the run. Grossman on the boot. They get a forward. Wiley winding up at the back. Reed picks it up. Left foot. No, that's gone through for one behind. So now it's 85 playing 56. So we've gone about 18 minutes on the Macca's time clock, third term, Panda. So interesting stage of this footy game now.
I feel like they let the Pigeons off a little bit there, Monty. I reckon Reach probably should have finished that one.
Absolutely should have, and I reckon Mark Wiley's effort should have been a little bit better too. And Willie Masters did all he could to get Reed out of the contest, and Wiley didn't quite influence it the way he needed to.
10 inside 50s in this third term for Wangaratta, but yeah, boys, don't feel like they're really taking full advantage of it.
Has to be a free kick to Fothergill at half forward. Umpire says no. Kennedy lowers his eyes, kicks to a dangerous position. There's a foot race on here between McVeigh and Timmy Lawrence. Inside 50 here for the Pigeons. McVeigh did really well to find touch and force a boundary throw in. Great defensive effort there, but once again, the Pigeons move the ball so quick down the broadcast wing, transition the footy brilliantly, then we get a boundary throw in deep inside their attack. 85 plays 56. The margin's 29. The Pigeons lead. We played 19 minutes of the Macca's time clock in this third quarter.
Yeah, almost in the back pocket of the northern end. And Harry Wheeler on the boot, left foot. No. So he couldn't quite finish off the work and close it out. That would have really hurt.
That's his third behind too. Harry needs to straighten up a little bit here because it's starting to hurt him on the scoreboard if Wangaratta would kick the next couple.
Yeah.
It's been a while since the Pigeons have booted a goal. They've kicked a lot of points, haven't they, Lukey?
They have. Penna Grossman, deep from defence. That's a great mark. So Pendergast, and he's just slipped over. He's tripped over, in fact. Mick Newton, he was coming back, purely accidental. So Fraunfelder, I should say, and then goes deep and very wide in the pocket, and Forge has the ball.
So Forge, probably too far out to score. He's going to centre it. Kicks it to the hot spot. Pack forms and Williams marks. What a mark that is from Lee Williams. And he's going to go back and kick through his fourth goal. He'll line up from 15 metres out directly in front.
To have a forward that big that can just stand there in a pack like that and take a mark is just a luxury the Yarrawonga have, isn't it? It's something every team cries out for, and this guy is one of the best at it. He stands up week in, week out, takes those contested grabs, and normally goes back and kicks these ones.
So they've been peppering the goals in the last 5 or so minutes for no reward here, the Pigeons. They just need a steadier, and Lee Williams does just that. He's got 4, a steal line goal that A contender. Yarrawonga 13-14-92. Wangaratta 8-8-56. All of a sudden, Bradford, it's back out to a 36-point margin.
Yeah, 10 inside 50s each on the 40-wing stat sheet in this third term, but you feel like there's a couple of misses there by Ben Reid throughout this third term that's really going to be able to come back to haunt Wangaratta if they were any chance to get him back in this game. Lee Williams kicked his 4 goals there. Mark Wiley up to 5 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet. Matt Grossman's getting busy for Wangaratta. He's had 6 disposals in this third term.
Scotty, have you turned the music up?
You've turned your mic off there, Lukey, man.
Lukey, where are you, buddy?
Scotty, have you turned the music up down there, mate?
I reckon they go up just a notch or 2 when they do kick a goal, Yarrawonga. I reckon that's what Freaky's onto something there.
Yeah, we'll have to... can you pick the artist down there, Scotty? We'll come back to you. Newton, no, I reckon he got its second bite. I thought Wiley front man. Scotty, what were your thoughts for Waters?
Yeah, I don't mind them paying those ones. Like, forwards do a lot of hard work and don't get a lot of reward sometimes, so I reckon that's a fair enough mark there.
Yeah, Mark Wiley certainly wasn't debating it, so Newton must have claimed it first.
They need this one.
Yeah, don't they? 92 plays 56, and he would be shooting for 3.
Standing Clarkie forward.
It's a must-kick goal. It's a non-negotiable here for the black and white stripes. To the southern end, in comes Newton in the 3 Guernsey, pops it up.
Doesn't miss.
Okay, so they're still alive. There's still a pulse here at JC Low Oval.
They're getting plenty of the footy in this third term. They just haven't been able to hit the scoreboard there. If they can get this lead back to around about 20 to 18 points, be around about a 3-goal margin at 3/4 time, I think they're going to be well and truly in this game. Just see how they can go running out the game. I mean, inside 50s, they've been leaving up in this third term, 11-10 in favour of Wangaratta, where Yarrawonga completely dominated in the second quarter.
3 goals to Newton, 3 goals to Moore, and 3 goals to Reid. There's your 9 goals for Wangaratta. 92 plays 62. The Pigeons lead. We've played 22 minutes on the Macca's time clock. Third quarter action for STY Metals. The ball's picked up and hacked forward here by the Pigeons. Fothergill's brought down and a big tackle straight away at half forward. And we will have a ball up.
And I've just got an answer for Lukey's question about the artist playing over the deck. I've got no idea. It's a bit too new age for me.
Yeah, me too.
What do you mean, Monty? You're a public house sort of operator, aren't you?
No, that's even too new age for public house, I reckon.
I reckon you're right.
Guy Sebastian.
The old Group St. Days. Roy Bar.
Liquid.
Oh, we're showing our age a little bit here. There's a free kick here to the Magpies. It's Luke Saunders' defensive side of the ground for the Magpies. Inside the centre square. Goes out to the far side. Here's Jackson Clark in front of the scoreboard here. Be happy if you're a Pigeon. Clark, beautiful kick, finds Reid. Oh, good fist late from Masters, but the umpires paid a free kick there.
He's paid the mark, boys. So,
okay.
Yeah, that was probably fair enough. He had a fair chunk of that. But how good was the kick from Jackson Clark? We love watching him get the footy around the centre of the ground because he does hit inside 50, penetrating kicks like that one there. And as a forward, that's what you want, hitting you on the chest.
So Ben Reeves kicked 3 goals, 4. He needs this. Most important kick of the game right now. A kick from 45 metres on a 50. Slide angle.
50.
He's kicked it
anyway.
He's kicked it anyway. So it's through for a major. He points over to the Yarrawonga fellas and guys over there on the day on the green. And he's kicked his 4th goal. Back to 26 point. 92 plays 68. It's 24 points, I should say. Here in this third quarter, we've played 25 minutes, doing it all thanks to STY Metals.
Jackson Clark's got busy for Wangaratta in this third term. He's up to 5 disposals. We felt like at halftime he probably hasn't had a huge impact on the game. He's starting to really impact this game. Dan Saunders' role on Willie Wheeler's been outstanding this third term as well. Willie Wheeler's only had 1 disposal in the third quarter.
Yeah, could they do it? It'd be a mammoth performance from the Maggies to come back and take this game. Yarrawonga still lead 92-68. So we're approaching the 3/4 time break. Howe out of the middle on the boot, as he so often does. Rolling ball, and then Saunders. Grossman ends up with it for the Maggies. Fraunfelder gets in front and takes a great mark for the Pigeons. And what's he got on offer? He's got Pendergast moving for him. Gets him now a true centre-half forward.
So Pendergast, he's almost got the distance here, the big fella. Lowers the eyes instead, looks for Williams, out the back, Fothergill reads it beautifully and snaps across the body too far. Well, Fothergill doesn't miss too often, through for a minor score. Yarrawonga 93, the Magpies 68. That's on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. Third quarter action for STY Metals. We tick up towards the 26-minute mark here in this third quarter. That's on the Macca's time clock.
McVeigh, good grasp of the Sharon. Back flank for the Wang Magpies. Long ball down to true centre wing. Knowles went through his hands. Out the back is Newton. He's after it. And then on his hammer was Urquhart. Finds the line, does Mick, and the boundary umpire is going to take it right as centre wing on the broadcast side. As we go down to you, Scotty, for Waters.
Smart play there by Michael Newton. He knew they didn't have a lot in front of him, so probably the best thing was to get it out of bounds and get a restart here on the wing.
7 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheets for Matt Grossman in this third term.
He's played well. O'Dwyer kicks to half forward here for the Pigeons. Here's Fothergill. Oh, he had a tackler coming the other way. It was O'Keefe. In fact, it was Norton. Here's Ben Kennedy, slung to the ground by Clark, and the siren goes.
Goal-saving tackle, that one from Tyler Norton.
Well called down there on the boundary. Scott Montgomery for Waters. 3/4 time sees Yarrawonga take a 25-point lead into the last change. 13-15-83. Wangaratta 10-8-68. It's all set up. Can the Magpies come back? Find out on the other side of this. It's O&M Live on 2AY and 3&E. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wangaratta Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Three-quarter time here at the JC Low Oval, and it sees the Pigeons holding a 25-point lead over the Wangaratta Magpies in the grand final rematch as Brad Freak gives us our Optus quarters best and our stats update, all thanks to 40 Winks, Freaky.
Yeah, in that third quarter for the Wangaratta Magpies, I thought Juice Newton in the half-forward line, the centre half and across the forward line for him was simply outstanding. He was integral to a lot of things that they did in that third term. I thought Dan Saunders did an excellent role on Willie Wheeler in that third quarter as well, being able to restrict him to only one disposal sensational on the 40 wing stat sheet. He really nullified any impact on the game that he was having. And I thought Cam Wilson for Yarrawonga was another one who was the Optus Cordis best for them as well. He just kept his good form. He's probably been nearly the best player on the ground today, Cam Wilson, as well. I think he's been outstanding, bobbing up all over the place and kicking a couple of goals and having plenty of the footy as well. If we have a look at the 40 wing stat sheet in that third term, again, it was pretty much like the first quarter, very even in a lot of different aspects of the game. 13 inside 50s to 12 in favour of Yarrawonga. Wangaratta were able to take more advantage of their opportunities when they went forward. 2 marks inside forward 50 as well, so pretty even there as well. The ball winners for Yarrawonga probably down a little bit in that third term. Mark Wiley still able to get 5, and so did Harry Wheeler. For Wangaratta, Jackson Clark got busy, had 5. Cam Barrett had 5 as well to keep his good game going up. 21 disposals for him, and Matt Grossman had 7 across half-back for Wangaratta Magpies.
Now you won't get a better update than that man, Brad Sprinkles Freak, I'm telling you, for 40 winks. As we go down to Monty as well for Waters. What was set at 3/4 time, Mike?
You got me, boys?
Yeah, we got you, Monty.
Yeah, my headset's still playing up, boys. But yeah, that's why Freaky's number 1 there. That was comprehensive. But from the terms of the coaches, Reedy just wants their league speed to now take over. He reckons they've been a bit tentative, haven't taken it on, especially in the back half with Norton and Saunders. They really take the game on here because that's the only way they're going to win it. They're not going to win it by just chipping it around and just playing cute footy.
Looks like Jackson Clark's playing a loose man off the back line on the back defensive square, so it might look for him to run through this first centre clearance to try and get the ball moving forward for Wangaratta.
There's a genuine party atmosphere here at the JC Low Oval. Stuff to live golf. It's all about the JC Low Oval as the DJs ring around. And the fourth quarter gets underway for APCO Wangaratta. And here come the Pigeons. Wiley with the clearance out of the guts. Williams smartly tapped it down to Coburn on the opposite side for him. Snaps it towards Pendergast. Moves past it. Jesse Smith going back and helping out his defence. Clears the lines. Asks a lot of Warner. Williams and Bruce just got in each other's way there. Ryan Bruce calmly wins it back here for the Pigeons. Hand pass it to Wiley. Hooks it back to the hot spot. Pendergast. A Mawson's concrete mark of the day. What a mark that is from Ned Pendergast, and he can go back for goal number 4.
And how good was that win on the footy on the ground there by Ryan Bruce? Just went and got it, gave it over to the former coach in Wiley, and great ball use. And this kid has looked very dangerous forward. I think he's going to be a player, boys.
He's kicked 3 sausage rolls, has Ned Pendergast. He is emerging in the Ovens and Murray. Kicked 4 on debut last year against North Albury. 20 touches last week. Lining up for goal number 4. 25 metres out, slight angle, and he's kicked a steel line goal today. And the Pigeons make it very hard here for the Magpies. They lead now by 31 points, and they kicked the opening goal in the opening minute, Brad Freak.
Yeah, Mark Wiley integral to those quick couple of bursts forward for Yarrawonga. He had a couple of early touches in this last term and a couple of early inside 50s as well for Yarrawonga. As you touched on there, Panda, that first goal was crucial, and Yarrawonga really got their nose in front now.
Yeah, Freaky carving it up. Give that man a free king single mattress from 40 winks. Serious about their sleep. Knowles, Howe, and Willie Wheeler out of the middle. And then Coburn's after it. Fothergill comes from the other direction. But then Norton got a pretty ordinary hand pass to Barrett. Barrett just hacked it off the ground. Warner got a hand to it. Einsborn dishes out to Howe. Now gathers. That was a terrible hand pass. Wilson went in. Wiley just hacked it off the ground. And Nick Fothergill, fortuitously, ended up with it. Scott Montgomery for Waters.
Yeah, forward's got to be in front and the first to move right. Nick Fothergill was there. Just a hack kick off by Wiley off the ground, who started this quarter really well. And he was in front, got there first, and he goes back to kick his next goal.
Yes, he does. So, Nick, well, the man on the mark will be probably 25 out, I reckon. And Nick Fothergill, 99 playing 68 if you just tuned in on O&M Live, 14.94 2AY and 15.663 an E. In he comes, Nick. Number 1, Guernsey for the Pigeons, southern end. Behind that one. So they reach the century, the Pigeons. 100 plays 68 on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. The old Cowan and Country Tavern bringing the call team this afternoon. Here's Blake Escott.
Fourth quarter action for our great friends at APCO Wangaratta. A big hello to Brady Anderson. Probably come to Yarrawonga, has the great man, to watch his beloved Magpies, who have it all to do. They trail by 32 points. 68 to an even 100 up against the Pigeons. Norton finds Ellis. Bit of stale movement here for the Magpies. Ellis plays on quickly. Kicks it out to a one-on-one. Oh, great mark there by the Pigeons. A great mark from Wheeler. It's Harry Wheeler intercepting in front of the scoreboard. Far side of the JC Low Oval. So Harry Wheeler kicks it to Bruce, and he was all alone inside forward 50. How you can allow that, Monty, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, that's just poor, isn't it? I think he's come down from the wing, and it was probably Fraser Ellis's man who's standing the mark now. He's probably thinking to himself, how to let him get behind me like that, because it was just too easy in the end. It was a great kick again, inside 50, which has probably been the difference between the two teams, their entries inside 50.
So Ryan Bruce will kick from every bit of 50. Just a slight angle, winds up. I reckon he pulled it at the last minute. It's not going to get there. Williams out the back. There's a free kick. Yep, a push in the back against Lee. It's going to go the way of the Magpies on the last line. Yep, McVeigh on the last line of defence. 100 plays 68. We've played 4 minutes. The Macca's time clock. The Pigeons lead. And it's coming straight back as Howe's intercepted on half forward.
It is Panda. Lock-Howe, 60 out. Low ball going inside. Knowles takes the mark, so it's turned over. And the Maggies deep in the back pocket. Broadcast side, southern end. 100 plays 68 on the Work Like a Wangaratta scoreboard. Pigeons up. If you just tuned in, we'll go around the grounds shortly too, and we'll pick up that other score between the Rovers and the Panthers. Freak, you'll get onto that for us. Now, Willie Wheeler just put a high silo kick up. And under it was Dan Saunders, Luke Saunders in fact. Waite got a foot to it. And then McVeigh, I thought he got taken high. Scotty, for Waters, we'll go down to you.
Yeah, I reckon it was a little bit high. The umpire might have thought that he had the head down, ducking, picking the footy up and drove into it, but I thought it was probably a free kick for sure to McVeigh.
If we go around the grounds, in the other game, Evans and Murray, Rovers lead by 5 points against Lavington, 66-61 in the last quarter of that game.
Free kick here to Murray Waite for Wangaratta. Wins a free kick for holding the ball against Wheeler. 5 metres away from our commentary position. Beautiful spot here as always at the JC Low Oval. Been a bit quiet today, Murray Waite. Kicks long down the line. Howe in the hole. Spills to Fronfelder. Left foot floating. Kick finds Wilson. They've opened the entire ground up. Wilson finds Pendergast. Just like that, Yarrawonga will line up. Pendergast will line up for goal number 5, 45 metres out directly in front.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the Wangaratta defenders today because they're turning the ball over in poor spots when they're trying to get in an advantaged position in front of their forwards, but they're just turning the ball over way too easily, and therefore they're getting caught offside and they're getting easy entries inside 50 like that. Yarrawonga.
So Pendergast lining up for 5, the young fella. He'll kick from 45. It's on the way, and it's across the face for a minor. So Yarrawonga, 14-17-101. Wangaratta, 10-8-68. We've played 6 minutes in this last quarter, all thanks to APCO Wangaratta, Brad Freak.
Total dominance by Yarrawonga in this last term. It's been 7 inside 50s to none, 4 marks inside forward 50 to none. They've just totally dominated this first opening 6 minutes of the last term and really put some distance between them and the Magpies now.
Newton on the half-back flank. Burley Road side for the Maggies. And then went up the line and couldn't pick up Ellis. Ball's gone out of bounds just right of the scoreboard. The question is, Panda, Scotty, will Freaky put himself in the votes this afternoon? That's how good he's been.
That's what Max has been doing the last 3 weeks.
Oh, has he?
Pretty much.
Very interesting.
If we go around the grounds quickly, sorry boys, Lavington have taken the lead against the Wangaratta Rovers, 67-66 in the last quarter there.
Sorry, Freaky, give that to us again?
Yeah, in the other game, Lavington 67 to Wangaratta Rovers 66.
Wow.
All right, we'll keep you updated on that one as well. And here at the JC Low Oval, Yarrawonga doing enough. They lead by 33 points, 101-68. 7 minutes played in this last quarter for APCO Wangaratta. Pendergast just found a hand pass when there was bugger all room onto Wheeler, inside forward 50, out the back, 101 here between Saunders and Fothergill and Melksham. In fact, it was Bourdignon. Melksham's marked. Left half back goes inboard with an aggressive kick. Clark puts the Dukes up, takes a nice mark. He's got a runner over the top. It was Sharrick. In fact, Grossman put him under a lot of pressure. Barrett is wrapped up and the Pigeon pressure turns the footy over. Here's Hempel on centre wing. He could have went if he wanted. Didn't have any targets moving for him and he can take a breath. The Pigeons by 33 points in this last quarter for APCO Wangaratta, and Hempel's kick was a shocker, Lukey Francis.
It was. You would have heard Scotty Montgomery downstairs just...
Yeah,
Just side that.
It wasn't ideal, and Einsborn had a lot of space too, so he could have kicked it anywhere, and he kicked it the wrong part.
Yep, just wasn't on. Look at that. For a kick by Clark. A massive one down the line. Beautiful one-on-one mark taken by Moore. It's Newton, I should say. So Mick emerges from the turf with it. Now he wants a squaring ball laterally. McVeigh's pushed up. So he's a true centre-half forward now for the Maggies. What have they gone on here? So a long ball going forward. Reid caught at the back. Wiley gets back and takes a wonderful defensive mark. Mark with a beauty. And then he goes out wide. So the switch is on here. And it gets to Nick Fothergill, and he's out, Panda.
Yeah, he's taken a bounce. He's got lovely foot skills. Look at this. They're on with the overlap. Finds Nyholm. Just been held up there by Fraser Ellis. So Nyholm, inside 50. Bit of a floater. Coming late was Hempel. But taking a nice intercept mark was McVeigh. Strangely played on. Or it had to be 50. Not sure. Anyway, kick wasn't great. Timmy Lawrence picks it up for the Pigeons. High ball, snapping down towards goal. Oh, two Pigeons getting each other's way. Hempel and Einsborn over the top to Lawrence. He snaps and he misses. Not sure. Play the Benny Hill music back there in the studio, Amos. They buggered it up there, the Pigeons. It's through for a minor score. 14-18, 102, the Pigeons. Wangaratta 10-8, 68. 9 minutes played on the Macca's time clock in this fourth quarter for APCO Wangaratta.
Yeah, it is. McVeigh, deep back pocket, Maggies. Hollandine through his mitts. Then Forge picks it up for the hoops. Right foot on the boot. Williams sits under it. Has one bite at it. Dropped it. And then copping one high was Ellis. Now, the umpire didn't see it. Was it
he's blowing the whistle. He swallowed the P as he was blowing the whistle up, boys, so he probably didn't hear it.
I reckon Wheeler's just slapped O'Keefe in the chops a bit there too.
We'll go down to you, Scotty, for Waters.
Yeah, a little bit going on. I don't think they like the treatment young Darcy Melcham cop there. So, yeah, there's a little bit push and shove, but it's all good.
And then Melksham, a long one down the line to true centre wing. Well, coming away was Masters, right foot, fires it back in. Good mark going back Norton for the Maggies, and away they go again.
Yeah, they switched it out to the far side. Clark's in a bit of space. He marks in front of Einsborn. He's got Bourdignon running for him, ignores him, kicks in between. Well, you could take your pick. Hollandine marks, just forward to centre, kicks long, looking for more, went one-handed.
Sexually abusing him back there.
Oh, I'm not sure what's going on down there. Saunders picked up there by Calmore, snapping and goaling. It's through for a steal line goal today, and there's still a bit of heartbeat about the Magpies. 11-8-74. Yarrawonga 102. That is on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Brad Freak for 40 winks.
Total domination by Yarrawonga in this last quarter. Only 2 inside 50s for Wangaratta to be able to kick that goal there. 11 for Yarrawonga in this term. Been able to dominate, but Wangaratta been able to hit the scoreboard there as well. Probably gives themselves a little bit of a sniff if they can get going. Still only 28 points. Not a lot of time left, Lukey, but they've still got a heartbeat in this game.
Yeah, that's right, Freaky. So 102-74, the Pigeons up. I want to make it absolutely clear that was not Scott Montgomery.
I did not say that, but I laughed at it because I could see what they were talking about, and it wasn't far off the explanation. But yeah, it was Ben Reid and Mark Wiley were cuddling each other from basically centre wing all the way to the goal square.
Yeah, very special comments downstairs. Okay, so we're on the Burley Road side. And Howe got it on the boot. Pendergast at ground level. And then Norton, he got reefed off the ball. Ground level, the umpire's going to call for this, and he does. How are we going now, Freaky, with Rovers and Panthers? We'll give you a chance to get to that.
Caught him off guard, Lukey, haven't you?
Yeah, I did. I put him right on the spot there.
Vax is normally onto that.
So Fothergill, hand passes out to Coburn. Wrong side for a left footer. Out of bounds on the full. We'll go to Freaky now, around the grounds.
Yeah, Rovers have kicked away in that one, 78-67. Be late in the last quarter there as well, I would imagine.
So Lavy hit the lead, and then the Rovers with the next couple. Out of bounds on the full, and a free kick here to the Pies, who need everything to go their way in the remaining 10 or 12 minutes here in this last quarter for APCO Wangaratta. We played 12 minutes. They trail by 28 points, 102-74. Van Berlo's kick, not great. Asked a lot of Sharrock. Spills out here to Fothergill. He was pressured straight away. The Magpies win it back. Here's Murray Waite. His kick intercepted by Fronfelder, who just tapped it forward and then put it on the boot. Williams is going to fly up against Grossman. Going one hand there was Lawrence. He tapped it to the space. Cam Wilson's there. So's Grossman for the Pies. Clark left it behind. Einspoin picks it up, flicks it back to O'Dwyer, who calmly goes out wide, but has been intercepted here by Luke Saunders at half-back here for the Magpies. He still favours that far side. Then they get a move on. They trail by 28 points, and here's Lukey Francis for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
Yes, so Waite, the former Saint, who's been very quiet today. Hollandine out to Barrett, and then he weaves through and then gets it down the line to Jackson Clark. So true centre wing is Jackson. Thumping kick going in. Masters playing in front and will get it. Just reads it so well. He's just one step ahead, this guy. And then he wants to come this side, so Hempel's way out on his own. No one marking him up. And the Pigeons are going to do enough here at home in round 3. They were so good in patches early on. They're running and zest for the contest as they go down the line of the half-forward flank. Oh, good effort from Sharrock. Thought he got taken in high. And then Ellis spins and gets it onto Bourdignon.
Bourdignon off a step, kicks to half forward. Ben Reid fights for the front, takes it on his chest. Good mark. They've got to go really quick. Kicks to Jackson Clark. Has to hand passes it to Barrett. Barrett goes out wide. They've got the overlap here if it sits for Murray Waite. Murray Waite, 55 from home. Short lead on in the pocket. Well done there by Urquhart up against Newton. Urquhart puts it on the boot, clears defensive lines, and here's Fothergill on the far wing. Wants to come inboard with a hand pass, but plays on instead. Kicks to space. Hempel dropped what he should have taken there at half forward. Saunders comes along as an apply pressure. He goes in the pocket looking for Williams. Spills out the back. The Pigeons are inside forward 50. Going in there and helping was Bourdignon, and it goes across the land for a boundary throw-in. The Yarrawonga Pigeons still lead by 28 points. We played 15 minutes in this last quarter, and here's Brad Freak.
Yeah, 14 inside 50s in this last term for Yarrawonga. Been really total dominance with 4 compared to Wangaratta. They've been able to get their footy going forward and keeping in their forward half all this last term, and it's really got them over the line here now.
Ball in, southern end. Bouncing ball. Harry Wheeler off to Wiley. Wiley looking at options, gets it on the right boot. Fothergill just got it on the half volley, picks it up now, then gets it back to Harry Wheeler. Got pushed as he kicked it. Low ball. Williams caught on the ground. Grossman over the top of him, and the umpire is going to call for it. So it's about 25 out from the southern end goal sticks. Umpire again. So we have a reset and play. Willie Wheeler. Left foot, Grossman, 2 bites. Hempel, right foot, that'll be a gem. Oh, I reckon he's got that. Yep, it's going to be no, I reckon it's going to be a goal. I reckon the all clear will be given.
Yeah,
that is a steel line goal of the day. A beauty from Hempel. Scotty, that was wonderful work for Waters.
Yeah, how good is that from in that pocket? They've had a few shots from there today, and that one was just too good. And Gambella was pretty confident, or was he just trying to sell it, do you reckon, boys?
Bit of both, I reckon. Monu was pretty close there. I think he had every right, but the goal umpire there was in the right position as well to be able to give that one. So good work there by young Hempel to get himself on the score sheet. 15 inside 50s on the 40-wing stat sheet in this last term. It's really been the difference. We thought Wangaratta had a fair bit of momentum coming into this last term, and yeah, Wangaratta just be able to take it away from them.
Brad Freak's prediction's correct as well, because the music has just got a little louder here at the JC Low Oval over there on the far side of the ground, in the enclosure there with the white picket fence. So they're up and about, and their Pigeons have been brilliant today. 108 plays 74. They lead by 34 points. Mark Wiley is going to be a contender for our Waters player of the day. Goes out wide to Lockie Howe. Of course, Scott Montgomery will be making that all-important decision after the game. Kicks into the direction of Willie Wheeler. Coming through here with pace was Ben Bray for the Pies, who sees it over the boundary line. Right in front of our commentary position. Brad Freak, some of those contenders for our Waters player of the day, please.
Yeah, there's a couple in there. I would think Ned Pendergast, who's kicked the 4 goals as well. He's been outstanding, carried on his good form. And Cam Wilson as well for Yarrawonga. He's kicked 2. He's probably had, not taking his stats today, but he would have had plenty of the footy, I would have thought, in this game.
Really high tackle here. So Harry Wheeler
52, I think, because Lockie Howe kicked the footy after the whistle went. So
yeah. So Harry Wheeler got milksham.
No. Oh, He definitely signalled one, I reckon.
Yeah, I saw it too, Mon.
Yeah, I think he might have realised it was a bit quick to pay that. So good call by in the end.
Ellis. Harry Willerman's the mark. Back flank, just under our broadcast position. Away goes Ellis. She's got some air on that one. Sends it down towards Howe. Good mark from Locke. He'll move it on. Latchery to Fothergill. And he's got a man on out wide. And he picks him up now. And that was Urquhart. And then Bruce has to go, and he is away.
Down centre wing, takes a bounce right in front of the scoreboard, far side of the JC low, takes 2 bounces. Bit of a mongrel kick to half forward. Playing in front there, young Ben Kennedy takes the mark. Too far out to score. He'll set it up in the Williams direction, just kicks it on his head, wasn't great. And Grossman's able to worry him out of it. Williams wants a free kick. He's not happy, but he should be because his Pigeons are on their way to the second win of the season, and he's kicked 4 majors, has Lee Williams. The Pigeons by 34 points, 19 minutes played. That is on the Worklocker Wangaratta scoreboard. Brad Freak.
We go around the grounds quickly. Lavington's kicked back only 4 points in that game now, 78-74.
Okay, very interesting. Wiley, short ball to O'Dwyer, and he takes the mark. And he's saying, hold it up, boys. I'm going to take all the time in the world to get rid of this.
I don't reckon. Oh.
Now plays on to Casey. Casey loads up. Bang. He's got it. Yeah, there's the icing. The Pigeons pick up the points here at JC Low Oval this afternoon. They've been very good as Coburn comes back onto the ground. We'll go to Freaky on the 40-week statue.
I was going to say, the decibels coming from that day on the green just got a little bit louder after that mate Casey goal, Pando, I reckon.
Just a quick one, Freaky. I reckon the boys love him because they told me that I have to interview him after the game at 3/4 time. So they've had a few sherbets, and I reckon they're getting louder and louder over there, and they love Matt Casey by the sounds of it.
And they're going to love this win as well. In the grand final rematch, they couldn't get it done last year. They're going to get it done today. They lead by 40 points, 114-74. The Magpies go forward again. Masters, he's just got better as this game has gone on. Takes a lovely intercept mark. Kicks to a 1-on-2, or Wilson could have got crunched there. Bourdignon, smart little dainty kick over to Jesse Smith. He picks it up. He goes in towards the pocket. More on a searching lead. Not great, and it's over the line for a boundary throw-in. So the Yarrawonga Pigeons really set it up in this second quarter. They banged on 8 goals. And, well, the Magpies have been chasing their tails ever since. 114 plays 74. The Pigeons lead. We've played 20 minutes of the Macca's time clock. That's on the Worklocker Wangaratta scoreboard.
Very good. I'll give you a chance, Freaky, to find out who the Maggies have got next week. Because they've got the Hoppers. Okay, Panda, where's that one?
At home.
For which club?
For Wangaratta.
Nyholm up against Melksham. Then Fraunfelder came in. Sharrock, though, dishes off. Bray, right foot going in. Newton. It wasn't Newton, it was Norton. It was Newton, sorry. My apologies. And he might have just got the little one afterwards, but quite okay as we go back down to Scotty for Waters.
Yeah, that inside 50 was a lot better. And I'll tell you what, we spoke about how Lee Masters has gotten better as the day's gone. I reckon Michael Newton's been pretty good today for his first game, and he is blowing a bit, and he has gotten angry like the older types do out there, but he has definitely played his role, and he shows that he definitely adds a dynamic to their forward line when he's out there. So he'll be a valuable member coming as he gets a bit more run under the belt.
I'd say he's nearly Wangaratta's best after half-time, Juice.
In he comes, Newton. And he's just missed that one.
Get the bloke to pump up.
To the outer side. That's it. That's it. So 114 plays 75 on the Worklocker Wangaratta scoreboard. Macca's time clock has gone about 22 and a half in the final term. Here's Blake Escott for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
Can you do us a favour, Freaky, and check that Lavington Rovers score for us?
Can do, mate.
Around the grounds.
4 points in favour of Rovers, 79-75 there.
So there's a beauty over at the WJ Finlay Oval. We'll keep you updated. Don't forget our O&M Live coverage continues on Anzac Day. The Wodonga Bulldogs up against the Wodonga Raiders. Gus McLeod, Robbie McKinlay, Sky Burgess and Dan Vaccaro will bring you all the action from that one. As Hempel marks on centre wing, right in front of the beautiful clubhouse here at the JC Low Oval. Liked his game as well, Max Hempel. Kicks to half forward. Fothergill out the back. Wanted the boundary line. It stayed in play. All players actually wanted the boundary line. Fothergill has to be a throw. And the Magpies win a free kick at half back. It's going to go the way of Luke Saunders, who's a little bit ginger freaky as he gets up.
The first time since 2015, Wangaratta's lost the first 3 games of the season.
Look at that.
He's on. He's on number 1.
That's why he is the best. He has held on to that all day as our man Brad
waited.
Sprinkles freak for 40 winks. So the Pigeons by 39 points, late stages of this one. We're doing it for APCO Wangaratta.
Yeah, the man with the 18-carat gold Parker pen. Our very own Brad Freak. Bourdignon sends it forward, long kick over the back. Reed, one hand, and then try to recover. Snapping. Was O'Keefe? No. That is one behind. So 1:14 plays 76. The Pigeons safely home at JC Low Oval in round 3 of the O&M. 14.94 2AY, 15.66 3&E. Bring us home, Panda.
Scott Montgomery down on the boundary for Waters. You've got a pretty big task here of the Waters player of the day. Who are you sort of feeling? Can you give us a bit of an indication?
Oh, I can't at the moment. I just got a message from an injured Yarrawonga star, as you guys call this one.
Jackson Clark, bang from 55 metres. A steel line goal that a contender. And it's a consolation for the Wangaratta Magpies. I reckon he's played pretty well in the second half, has Jackson Clark. But it's all a little too late for the Wangaratta Magpies. The Pigeons, 16-18, 1-14. Wangaratta 12-10, 82. 24 minutes on the Macca's time clock in this fourth quarter for APCO Wangaratta. Who was your text message from, Mon?
I just had a text message from one of the superstar Yarrawonga midfielders who aren't playing today, and he's sort of giving me a bit of advice on who he thinks will be worth interviewing, so we'll see how we go.
Is he watching or is he at the game?
I don't know. I think he might be on the live stream, to be honest, but you probably all know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
But yeah, he definitely wants me to interview one in particular.
All right. Maybe give us a bit of an indication a little bit later.
Holland Dean, centre wing on the Burley Road side. And then picking it up for the Maggies is Bray, gets it on the boot, sends it in, good delivery. And Newton coming out, so yeah, he has had a good day out, Mick. When I say a day out, he's had a good day. As we go to you, Freak, on the 40 winks.
Yeah, if we go around the grounds, Rovers still up by 4 points in that game, 80-76. Lavington, poor kicking may cost them that game, 10-16. They've kicked in that game, and they're down by 4 points at the moment.
Wow, 10-16. Mick Newton comes in. 1:14 plays 83 now on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Again, the Pigeons 1:14 to the Maggies 83. So stick around. We'll have our anytime fitness player of the day. Scotty Montgomery will have to pluck either a Pigeon or a Magpie out as we go back to you, Freaky.
Yeah, Rovers have just kicked a goal in that game to go up by 10 points now. So 86-76 in that game. Imagine it'd be very late in the last quarter of that game as well.
Mark Wiley. Mark's on the defensive wing, broadcast side. I've really liked his game as well. Mark Wiley looks like he's spending more time in the midfield as well, Monty.
Yeah, he's been fantastic, and he's even done a few great things going back and helping out the defence at times, and just shows how brave he is. He sits in front of packs, and it's been fantastic today.
He'd be one of the fittest players in the comp, I reckon, Wiley. Him and Jack Gerrish as the siren sounds in the grand final rematch here at the JC Low Oval. Then Yarrawonga emerged with the 4 points. Yarrawonga 16-18, 1-14 over the Magpies, 12-11, 83. A massive win here for the Pigeons. An important game in the context of their season, and they move to 2-1. And for the first time since 2015, Freaky, I'm not going to steal it. What has happened for the Wangaratta Magpies?
They've lost the first 3 games of the season, so not an ideal start for the Maggies in defending their title, but yeah, all congratulations to the Yarrawonga Pigeons today.
Well, I think you can probably say that top 3 is almost out of the question, I think, for the Wangaratta Magpies after today. Now it's about them making the final. So the Pigeons, a big, big win, 114-83. And it was, well, the Lee Williams show, the Pendergast show, Cam Wilson, Wiley, Fothergill and Masters as well. They were too much for the Wangaratta Magpies. As we go to Scott Montgomery, oh dear, we've got a young fella down there who is our player of the day. It's Ned Pendergast.
Yes, our player of the day, boys. Ned Pendergast, mate. How good is this? Get back in the scene side last week, had 20-odd and then kicked 4 today. You're just going with it, mate.
Yeah, just going with the flow at the moment. It's body's feeling pretty good after a couple of years off, but vibe's good around the club.
Yeah, he started the season so well now. Apart from that Albury game last week, got the flow going, and then today you really showed what you can do after obviously the disappointment of losing the grand final to those guys last year.
Yeah, that's right. Stevie J's been bloody unreal coming into the club, changed a bit of the game plan, but off the back of Hoz's work last year, boys really got around it. So just embracing it at the moment.
And you get thrown around a little bit, mate. Obviously play as the second ruckman, play out of the square, go and help out down back when you need to. So you're enjoying just having freedom and going wherever you want all over the ground?
Yeah, no, I love it at the moment. It's bloody good getting in the ruck, playing against Cal Moore, all those boys. It's just love the role at the moment. It's grouse.
And I got a message from Gibbo during the game to get Empty Head on the radio. So is that a nickname anyone goes with, or is this just one Gibbo gives you?
No, everyone. I don't know how I got the nickname Empty Head, but it's stuck with everyone. I've actually had it for a couple of years, but no, just get around it now.
I love it, mate. Well done, player of the day. Go and enjoy the win.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
We love the new characters on O&M Live. You can't wipe the smile off Ned Pendergast's face, our Waters player of the day. And it was set up by him early, wasn't it, Freaky? I mean, he kicked 3 goals in that, was 3 goals in the first quarter and a bit. He kicked a massive goal in the last quarter to probably put the result beyond doubt, and he's emerging in the Ovens and Murray, isn't he?
Yeah, he was really influential in the game as well. It's not just also, like, once he kicked those couple of goals as well, Panda, that meant that Wangaratta had to then concentrate on him a little bit more, and it took that little bit of focus off Lee Williams, who was also able to get off the chain a little bit and kick 4 goals again today. So it's all the flow and effect and work that he can create that makes it easier for everybody around him. And yeah, we saw last week his game in the ruck against the Hoppers. He can play in that ruck role and do it well. And saw today he can definitely play in that forward role and do that extremely well as well.
Yeah, that's it, Freak. He's so versatile, a utility, and Empty Head has just taken out the...
He's not sure why he's got that name. Hey, Lukey, that was my favourite.
The irony.
Of the day.
The irony, eh?
Here's the Pigeon song. A big win in the grand final rematch for the Yarrawonga Pigeons over the Wangaratta Magpies in a newborn rivalry in the SSNA Ovens and Murray. 113 plays, 84. A big win for the Pigeons. Stick around. Plenty coming up on our post-game show, all thanks to APCO Wangaratta. And remember, on 2AY and 3E's O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTafe.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTafe is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTafe is the place for you.
GoTafe is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.